check one. Mic check two. What's up, Donnie? DJ Skills. I just hit play. What's good with everybody today? Welcome to Wyatt Live. It is Tuesday, April the 14th. Wow, I said March. Michelle Hardy, what's good? What's good with everyone today? I'm not sure how long I'm gonna be here. Sometimes I say that and it's a long show. Sometimes I say that and I bust up out of here. Ross Freeman, what's good? He said, yeah. How we sounding on the sound? Are we good on the sound? We good on the sound? As you can see, well, I've been in the office today, but I came home, took a shower, and I had to get out of my suit and all that type of stuff. You know what I mean? I came home and I said, I'm going to work home. I'm going to work from home for the rest of the day. And unfortunately, I probably won't be done until late this evening. I got a lot going on. I had a weekend that kind of got congested and I was not able to get all the things done that I needed to get done. And I'm paying for it now. It's always, hey, Dad, can we go to this such and such? And I know I don't really have time, but how do you say no when you don't see your family that often? When you don't see your children, they come in to see you, you all want to go. Yeah, exactly. Sierra says short shows are usually 3 or 4 hours. I like, I like to give you what I can, but I do make, I kind of give a warning shot before we get started because I don't want to get into it. And then I say, hey, I got to go and didn't give any fair warnings. You know what I mean? That's not fair for those that come in temporarily. And, I don't know. I guess I add some value to some people's lives. So I kind of want to give you a heads up if something's going on and I know that I may not be here forever or, long for the day. My apologies. I'm not in it today. I'm not here right now. Let me see if I can do something. Somebody make a suggestion. Get me up and get me going. What do I need to do that? I'm here. I don't know. What do I need? Somebody let me know. What do I need to get going? I got a couple videos today. Let's see. How about, let's see. How about some, even though I don't wear Gucci, but I love my girl, the Brat, and she always get me going. You know what I'm saying? Kim know what I'm talking about. Check it out. Everything Gucci.
Everything Gucci. Everything Gucci. Everything Gucci. Everything Gucci.
Rap for rap, that way for life. Back to back, Daddy, what it be like? Red, green, you know with the white stripes. Red, green, you know with the white stripes. Yeah, I got that fire, let me get a light. Buy out the whole mall, yeah, just might. 8-10 in the shot inside night. Timberland on the beat of the shit right. Feel like I'm covered in cheese. All of my niggas is cheese. All of my bank accounts smothered in cheese. You motherfuckers ain't coming for me. I'm that G, you see, cause see, I ain't the bitch to throw up a peace sign. I'm that bitch to pour the peace out. When they release me, unleash the peace out. Bitch, you can't play me.
I'm Alexandra McKaylee.
I do this shit on the daily.
And this bitch so wavy.
Everything Gucci. 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 Everything Gucci.
My swag and my play not the same as yours. Mad at me cause my game not as lame as yours. Nigga, we don't even talk to the same hoe. Nigga, we don't even walk through the same doors. I'm talking knots. You talking little, I'm talking about lots. And the shit don't stop. Trips to Capri with Mariah on his and her yachts. I'm talking about pads with hella pads. Filter with bitches that's hella bad. When your discography as long as mine, nigga, you ain't got a telegraph.
Nigga, you ain't got a pass, say jack. You laid the path, it's ever the day and did the math. But see the wheel keep spinning and we fortunate. The longevity keeping us when it's scorching shit. The fortress with so death. And can't nobody alter the history made. And the status of a legend can't be taken away. We said the baddest in the motherfucking game today. And we Gucci. Bitch, you can't play me.
I'm Alexandra McKaylee.
I do this shit on the daily.
And this bitch so wavy.
Everything Gucci. 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 Everything Gucci.
Bitch, I'm good.
Everything Gucci. Everything Gucci. Everything Gucci. Everything Gucci.
All right, I'm feeling a little bit better. Mama Birch said Randy is hype. What is in that cup? Not enough. I needed some I needed some pick me up from my music. Kim said, I'm wearing polo gym shoes, black and white. So am I. Look, let me be honest. Can you guys hear me okay right now? Let me see your favorite podcaster or radio host or TV host do what I just did. Y'all know I be turned up sometime. I'm only kidding. I'm only playing. But yeah. I needed that. I need to pick up every once in a while, man. You know, when I have these tough days and here's my therapy session right here, right now. I love it when we here together toasting. Mama Birch said, what are we drinking? Here's what we're drinking. Bottled water with my mayo. DH said loud and clear, thanks, bro. I appreciate it. I have asked a couple times and no one's responded. Appreciate it. Yeah, my mayo with my water. I am down 15 pounds. Ladies and gentlemen, let me just say this to you. I am not I shouldn't say I'm not endorsing this. I am endorsing it, but not for pay. Just from experience, from success. I have been drinking this mayo water. It's actually just regular. I go to Costco's or wherever and get tons of water, okay? I think there's how many in that pack? 90 bottles, 90 or something like that. You get the big ones or whatever of these waters here, and you take 2 squirts, bang, bang. Sometimes I slip a third one, a half of or a quarter of a third shot in there. Shake and pour. I'm down like 16 pounds. I haven't drank sweet tea. I haven't drank Coca-Cola, my favorite. Haven't had any pop, any soda since October of last year. I haven't put any of that in my body. Now, I have had orange juice. Okay, I've had orange juice. Breakfast time type of thing. That's it. Juice and water. I'm down 15 pounds. 16 actually, just off of that. And I haven't changed my diet. I still kind of eat the same way. It's not that. It was my intake of, soda is bad for you. You know what I mean? All that syrup, all that sugar, it's really bad for you. It has absolutely been kicking my ass not to drink a Coca-Cola when I'm eating my favorite meal. I love steak, potatoes. I love ribs. I love hamburgers and things. I eat all of that. I eat all of that stuff still. I'm not one of these guys that's going to tell you all to not eat. Okay, not eat. Okay, I believe you can eat what you want. Just don't eat too much of it. You know what I'm saying? Just don't eat too much. I'll eat a hamburger. I don't need a double. I don't need a triple. I just eat a hamburger. You feel me? I don't need a large fry. I just need a small fry. I don't eat to get full. I eat for my body to be satisfied. You feel me? Now, some of us, our levels are different. Shit, some of us are greedy, and in order to be satisfied, you know what I'm saying? We got to eat everything up. No, I'm not that. Let me see. How are we looking right now? Let me see let me go in here and try something if you guys don't mind, because I don't like how we're looking on the screen. I don't like how we're looking on the screen. Is it me or is it blurry? Does it look blurry to you guys? Let me see if I can. looks a little blurry to me. We're in 1080. Bet you didn't know I could do that. I'm learning still with this new camera. Yeah, moderate portions, yes. DH says, if you drink soda, try the Mexican Coca-Cola, real cane sugar. I had some of that in Cozumel. It just didn't taste the same to me. It tastes, for me, the Coca-Cola in Mexico tastes like Coca-Cola that has been sitting in a glass and the ice has melted in it. You know what I mean? It's a watered down version for me. And I know why. It's because you're right. It uses the original sugar versus that syrupy sweetness. It's something to that nature. I can't tell you what it is, but I can describe the taste. It's just not there. Brenda Early, what's good? DH says slightly blurry. I don't know what's going on with that. I'm not real sure what's going on. Let me see if I can maybe try to fix this. But it's telling me, excuse me, guys, it's telling me that we're on 10. Let me go up to maybe the internet. If I was to do hardline, that would probably be much better, right? I really don't want to mess with it. It'll cut me off for a second. We're going to have to probably deal with it. Let's see if we can deal with it. You guys okay with it this way? Are we okay? All right. Let's go with it like this. I'm on the big screen here, and it just looked blurry. On this screen, my monitor, it looks fine. Looks great. DH says fountain soda is the worst of soda. That's because it's the best tasting. Somebody, I don't want to be like the addicted drug guy who's sitting here trying to tell everybody how to get back on drugs. But you're right, DH, the fountain is the best. Can somebody tell me a better Coca-Cola than they have at McDonald's? The fountain McDonald Coca-Cola? Does anybody know one any better than that? Trennis Brown, Black Popeye says, good afternoon, snow ends. I don't know what a snow end is. I don't know if that was an insult, but I mean, I guess if whoever that was meant for, I mean, you better duck because it sounded like a shot just went off, but I'll let him say whatever he wants to say. It's all good. If it's meant for you, duck. Let's see what else we got here. Animal fats, Roz. Yeah, I don't think we're ever going to be able to eat healthy, 100% healthy. That's just not going to happen. That's just not going to happen. Jabbar, what's good? That's one name that I really rock with, Jabbar. I don't really know who Jabbar is, but let me just say this. Jabbar is one of my favorite names. I had a friend growing up named Jabbar. Yeah. I had a buddy named Jabbar growing up, and he was one of them type of dudes. Ross says, Trennis Brown, C6. Just look at him. Y'all buddies, though. Y'all bingo buddies. Wasn't it you, Roz, that y'all got them tickets and y'all was at the Bengal game a couple seasons ago? Y'all should be coming down from them seats right about now. It had to take you a whole quarter to get up that high. I hope y'all didn't get there at kickoff, damn it, because y'all missed the first half. You had to watch the whole game like this, walking up all them steps. And man, what happened? First down, damn, I missed the pass. I'm just playing. I'm just fucking with y'all. Some of y'all understand. Some don't think that's funny because y'all didn't hear or y'all didn't see that shit a long time ago. But them motherfuckers was changing the light bulbs up in the damn stands, bro. Roz thought he hit a lick. Or was it Roz that sold them tickets? I think it was Roz that sold them tickets. Jabbar is celebrating a birthday. Happy birthday to you, bro. Oh, Roz got fleeced. He said, that's still my ninja. Still owe me 100. Don't hold your breath. Don't hold your breath. You better hope. I don't know who owe who, but there ain't nothing worse. If y'all cool, hey, Black Popeye, if y'all real cool, here's what I suggest. I don't know who's going to attend whose funeral, but I've never been to a funeral. Y'all going to be like, what the hell? I've never been to a funeral where I was happy a mug died because I owed him some money. I'm always at the funeral with the dude that owed me the money. So let's see how this shit work out for Black Popeye and Roz. Let's see how this shit work out for y'all, bro. I can't wait to see how this gonna work out. Will Black Popeye pass before Roz? Let's see. If so, Roz gonna go to the funeral like, man, that dude owed me $100. It never fails. The person that owed the money always die first. They always die first. I'm like, he said he's a crook. Nah, he cool. Black Popeye, he all right. He said, hell no, we ain't cool. Yes, y'all are. Jabbar says, I'm from the West End. Oh, he already cool. I ain't got to read nothing else. He family. He says, I'm from the West End, stayed on the Bank Street side, played for the Inquirer baseball team, and thanks for the birthday shout out. Much love. Bruh, who? You played for who? The Inquirer baseball team. See, Jabbar, you didn't tow your cred up with us over here, bro. I don't know no Inquirer baseball team from down the way. Black Popeye said, he said West End, Bahamas. He says he's told him he can come down here and help me sell the Bahamas, bruh. Let me ask y'all a question before I get started in the show. I just want to ask a question real fast because I know it's been a couple years, so it's cloudy. Who bought the ticket? Who had the tickets and sold them to the guy? Did Roz have the tickets and get you Black Popeye, or did Black Popeye have the tickets and Roz bought into the tickets? I'm just curious. The Bengal tickets. Because if Black Popeye, which is Trennis Brown, if you had the tickets and you fleeced my man Roz, he's never coming down to the Bahamas, bruh. He's never coming down to sail with you. It's never gonna happen. If it was the other way around, he might show up. Jabbar said, yeah, we play at Backstreet Park. Oh, for real? Oh, man, I know where that is. Oh, Trennis, Black Popeye said he had season tickets. He ain't never coming. Hey, Black Popeye, he ain't never coming, bro. You fleeced him. You sold him some bad tickets. There's no way in the hell he gonna get on them little tiny ass canoes. You be out in the ocean, bro. It'd be 60 miles, 120 miles off to the left and off to the right, and you out in the ocean in a canoe. He ain't never coming to see you, bro, because he don't think he gonna make it home. He ain't gonna make it home. Did y'all hear about the lady? Did y'all hear about the husband and the wife that was out in the Bahamas? I think it was the Bahamas. Wasn't it the Bahamas, or were they down in the Gulf of Mexico? Anyway, the husband made it home. Now these folks are they're not rich, but they're doing okay in life. And they asses went down and sailed, and mama didn't make it home. Mom didn't make it home. He's claiming, the husband is claiming that she fell off in rough waters and he couldn't help her. Like he tried to rescue her. It didn't. No. He just figured he'd kill her ass instead of paying alimony. I mean, and then the daughter is saying that there was a history of David Henry saying Bahamas. Okay, yeah, it is the Bahamas because I don't know her personally, but the attorney of the guy is a Bahamian. I seen it on her pen. I know the pen. I know what university she went to. I looked her up. I could tell. But anyway, yeah, the sister is representing him. They had to let him go, I believe, yesterday, and because there's no foul play. No foul play was found. They can't find a body. They can't find anything that's showing he had injuries or any type of something on him showing that he was in some type of altercation or that he drowned her. He's claiming that she fell off the boat in high water. Black Papa, Roz ain't coming, bro. See, that would never happen to a black family. That would never happen. Like that would just never happen to black folks. Like, we just don't go out like that. A black wife is not going out in the ocean with her husband and they've been hitting each other for years and shit like that. She ain't going. You feel me? Like, if you got domestic violence history or y'all ain't getting along, some shit like that, a sister ain't going out. She's not going out in the middle of the ocean in the Bahamas with his ass. Not when you got that one kind of money. She ain't going. Correct me if I'm wrong, sisters, but y'all ain't going. You love him. You don't love him. You don't love him more than you love yourself. Only one of them women will go out there and think shit is good. Yeah, we love each other. And he been beating her ass all these years, and she going out in the middle of the ocean, high waters. She ain't making it back home. And this ain't the first time something like this happened. I don't know where she been. I ain't going nowhere that you can't find me if this mug get crazy. I ain't going nowhere with nobody like that. You feel me? I'm not going on an airplane. He can't fly me. She can't fly me in the air by myself. Just us. Nah. You ain't taking me out on no canoe or you're not taking me anywhere where you can claim that I didn't make it. You ain't doing none of that. We ain't doing it. The number is on the screen. What you talking about? He said, if you fall in the ocean, I have 24 hours to report you missing. Excuse me, this movie. He said, coast forward rules. He says, you love being slaves, you saying. I don't know what you're talking about, bro. Black Papa be on some different stuff sometimes. The phone number is on the screen. Area code 513-310-0546. All right, well, thanks, Ron. Appreciate it. Alethea, what's good, sis? She said, Mr. Perfect was created in the Bahamas. Oh, yeah, I went on a cruise. She said, Mr. Perfect was created in the Bahamas. I won't be taking my trips in a long time. Yeah, we ain't going for it. Mr. Perfect 2, right? We don't want another Mr. Perfect. Okay. Hey, I heard something in the news on Cincinnati.com. I was going to mention this yesterday, but I didn't. Let's see how many people. We got enough people to start the show? We're getting close. I heard something in the news yesterday. Good afternoon, Bless. That the chief of police in Cincinnati, who's been on leave, that they had a law firm who came in and did an investigation and came back with a 9-page BS investigation on what the chief of police in Cincinnati, why they put her on leave and things of that nature. And that investigation went on for months. And what's crazy about it is we watched the chief do her job and not get criticized by any of her superiors, was praised on radio, podcasts, and in the news media. And it just puzzled me that she faced suspension after a lot of crime had hit the city, as if it was her, like it was her fault. Let me take a pause on that real fast and let me go to the phone lines. It looked like we got Black Popeye on the line. Good afternoon, caller. This is Wyatt. Who am I speaking with? Hold on. You there? Good afternoon, caller. This is Wyatt. Who am I speaking with?
This is Popeye. What's going on?
Popeye, what's good, man? Let's get this ticket thing straight before you say anything. Who gave who the tickets, man, to the Bengal game?
Look, I had the season tickets, you know what I'm saying? We was winning, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So the tickets prices was up there, $300 a ticket.
Yeah.
That was a great price. $125 was a good price, dog. I might just charge them $100.
Okay.
We had 81 seats. What you talking about? You ruined my business, bro.
I
you
did?
Going on the radio station talking about my business. I was selling all kind of tickets and shit. You hear me?
I did?
You come on the radio station, I ain't selling no more tickets.
I did that?
Yeah, I think you jinxed the Bengals when you did that too, though.
Oh, come on, bro. I'm the biggest Bengal fan in the world. I invested in the Bengals too. I got tickets and bro, you gonna blame me for the bad offensive line?
Yeah, man, I think it was your fault.
Come on, bro. You know better.
Because when I started buying tickets, they was winning. I stopped. You know what I mean? They started losing. I stopped buying tickets. So it's something with that.
So you think that I caused the Bengals to start losing?
Yep.
Come on, bro. You know how much money I got invested? Have you seen the things that I have in my studio down there? There's all Bengal. I'm Bengal. I am a Bengal.
Okay, because you up there in Tampa Bay. You know what I mean?
Well, Tampa Bay is my second team, but I'm in St. Pete, but Tampa Bay is right there. Yes, you're right. Tampa Bay is my second team, but I ain't jinxing the Bengals. We ain't in the same division or none of that. I hear the Birds. Where you at, bro?
I'm down here in Fort Lauderdale, Miami, West Palm Beach area. Down here in the tropics here. Yeah. But no, listen, I need somebody. I need to put out a thing. I need somebody to help me sail to the Bahamas because they got these rules. They probably got the same rules up there. Yeah. They're making all the boaters leave, can't be anchored out, whatever. They do that up there too.
Yeah, they do, bro. But the thing is they. So what are you trying to do? Are you trying to get a new dock spot?
I'm about to take my boat to Freeport or Grand Bahamas and anchor out there and then fly back.
Is it more expensive over there?
Huh?
Isn't it more expensive over that way to dock?
I'm a hustler, dog. I'm gonna get over that jungle and meet everybody. You know what I'm saying? Somebody gonna watch my boat. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna give them access to the boat there, fish,
Are you doing tours down there with Are you doing tours with your boat, bro? Or are you just kind of doing side hustles like if somebody want to fish or something?
I'm not really fucking with the tours because see the white people over there okay, it's a little different. When the white folks say they go over there on sailboats and boats, they go over there on boats, but they don't really go to the land because white people don't really fuck with niggas. Excuse my language, you're on the radio or whatever. They don't really fuck with it. So they go over there, they get on boats and they just anchor out next to each other. So it might be 200 boats out there, you know what I mean? And every day they get together, they party and but I can't do that. So I'm gonna go out there, Jones, I'm gonna anchor, I'll find the hood, hood everywhere. So I figure I'll find me a little spot and go out there and make friends, with the island people, you feel me?
Yeah.
I figure I'll go out there and take a bunch of cans. So I need to do a canned good drive, you know what I mean? I figure I'll go out there with 1,000, 2,000 canned goods, you feel me?
Yeah.
You make friends when you give people food. And so, and it's expensive to live out there. So, some people are really poor. Y'all only see the resorts.
But you live on your boat, don't you?
Yeah, I live on my boat.
Okay.
I live on my boat everywhere I go, so I'm good.
That's the way to do it. That's the way to do it.
I can make my own water or something, but right now I make my own electricity. And
you make your own electricity? You don't have a generator on there?
Yeah, I got a generator, but I don't really need it. I got solar panels.
The generator
makes
that's the way to do it.
Just I don't want to hear that.
No, I hear you. That's the way to do it. So you got the solar joint pop.
Yeah, solar for real. Get real deep into solar. Solar is free energy,
Yeah, for sure. All right, man. Well, what's on? You good? You cool though? Everything good?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good down here. It's good. I'm glad I'm not up there.
Oh, so wait a minute. Let me ask you something. Black Papa, are you trying to get Roz to come down there to help you?
He come down.
He ain't coming, bro.
Landscape business. He messed it up.
He ain't coming. He ain't coming.
Clients. He messed it up. He blamed me. That's why he mad.
but he ain't coming, brother. I can tell you that now, because you heard the little lady that fell off the boat, right?
That's my man, though. That's my man, huh?
You heard about
the lady fell off the boat?
Huh?
Yeah. Look at this. I think I know. At first, I thought I knew him, but then I ain't really sure. But then you look at the story, right? They got a little boat. They got a really little boat where you got to sit on the side. You heard me?
Yeah.
And so the wind really blow down here. That water really get crazy. You heard me? I don't give a how good you swim. You know what I mean?
Yeah, well.
That water going to take you where it want to take you.
That's
Only
right.
thing I didn't understand was why the current didn't take him where the water was taking her. You know what I mean? Because if your engine cut off, you're gonna float the same way she's floating.
Yeah.
So that's the only thing that make no sense, but no body, no case.
Nobody,
so
but they can still charge him without a body. But I don't think there's enough evidence showing that there was.
He gonna get out there. He gonna be probably anchored right next to me. I'm probably the closest. I know I am. I'm the closest anchorage from where he's at in the States. I mean, he's gonna probably come right here. If he had any common sense, he'll get out of there because, you know.
Yeah.
It's sorry to hear that. You know what I mean? I'm saying, especially, you know what I mean. If he ain't do nothing for us, she really did drown. That's crazy. That water gets you. My friend drowned. He drowned in one of them hurricanes came through here. We don't know how he drowned, but his body washed up. He lived out on this boat for 20 years. And so, you know, he's a great swimmer. So that water do some crazy shit to you.
Nah, it don't matter how good of a swimmer you are, bro. Once them currents get to you and them waves are so high, it don't matter. You can be Tarzan, your ass gonna drown, bro.
Right. You know, because it only takes a couple gulps of water, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Don't pass out. Then you swimming and you're tired, you know what I mean? You out of breath.
Yeah. It'll wear you down. It'll wear you down. That's what it do. All right, Black Papa, you be safe down there, okay, brother?
All right, bro. Y'all be easy.
All right, man. Talk to you soon. I didn't get I don't know. So Black Papa had the tickets. Roz was buying tickets. I guess they were 300, 150 a piece. I think I understand now what's going on. I think I understand. Roz got fleeced, he feels like he didn't. He bought a $300 ticket or a $150 ticket, and we know that he was sitting in the clouds, so he felt like, oh man, this is bad. Now Black Popeye is saying that it's my fault that the Bengals start losing. I'm like, wow, okay. As much as I was cheering for those guys, you know, that was crazy. Go back to the phone lines real fast before we get started. Good afternoon, caller. This is Wyatt. Who am I speaking with?
Hey, this is CK calling out of Cincinnati, man.
CK, what's good with you? Cincinnati King, what's happening?
Hey, man, that was that caller. He said that they're gonna wash up around Florida.
No. What?
What did he was saying? The body gonna show up or something?
No, I don't think that's what he was saying. I think what he was saying is that when that lady fell off the boat, if the currents were going one way with the engine stopped, which I know a little bit about boating, I know what he was saying. A lot of people don't really know about boating, but what he was basically saying is once the engine is beat up and it's stopped where you can't, you know, it's waterlogged, you can't go anymore, that the boat is going to go in the direction of the current, just like the lady would have went in. So it kind of sounds funny that she was not able to come. Like he wasn't able to reach out and get her and bring her onto the boat when in fact the boat was probably going in the same current. She shouldn't have.
Right.
That's basically what he was saying. He was, you know.
So he suspect foul play.
Well, it's hard not to. Okay. It's hard. It's hard not to when you know how things go out there. Like they had they found out there was a little history of domestic violence between the mother and the father. You know, the daughter came in and said that my stepfather, now here we go with this stepfather shit again. My stepfather was abusive to my mother type of thing. You know, they had a history of domestic violence is what the stepdaughter came in and said.
So do you warn people about that? Like with the people you love, you tell them not, like don't go on boat trips one-on-one with people for stuff like that for security reasons? Or how do you handle that against that?
I'm sorry, can you repeat it again, man? I was reading a couple comments. Ask that question again, CK.
No, I'm saying, like, so how do you proceed with your loved ones? Do you tell them not to go on like trips by themselves, like with people one-on-one? You can't go boating. You can't really trust your nobody that much where they could hurt you, like if y'all go to the mountains and stuff. Do you warn against that by you having daughters and stuff?
Nah, I've never told my daughters or my family, my immediate family, hey, look, we're going to go to the Smoky Mountains or we're going to go to the Bahamas. Y'all don't go with me because y'all might not make it back. I ain't never really told them no shit like that.
No, I'm talking about how do you warn? Do you tell people not to go on trips?
I'm really just trying to mess up your high, like, CK, because I know you lighting one up. I can hear it in the background. I was really just trying to mess your high up, but nah.
Oh.
I'm doing you like you do me.
I was like, what the hell?
I was trolling.
Yeah, I got you.
No, man.
Now, how do you do that? Because I noticed that people will kill you like that. Like they'll act like they're going to see the Grand Canyon and just throw you off there, man, while y'all up there. So
yeah, I mean,
how do you defend against that?
You very seldom hear about us going out like that. Every once in a while, you'll hear about a brother or a sister not making it back because they was with friends. Like, spring break a few years ago, I seen a little sister that didn't make it back. She was down in the islands. I remember those stories. I'm sure a lot of us remember those few stories that went on. Then, of course, that kind of opens the door for me to have those kind of, conversations with my daughters. My daughters are at an age now, CK, where they're going to be going to the Bahamas and doing all that stuff with their friends, not with the family. So I do have those type of conversations. See, I want to know, I don't know if this is me being a helicopter parent, CK, or what, but I actually, I want to know who my children friends are.
Exactly. Because now you know what they into. If you know the friends, you know everything.
Yeah. Well, you don't know everything.
Mess them up, ain't it? Them friends is what get them into all that logistics and penitentiaries and cemeteries because they be to mess with the wrong side. Some of that seasoning, bad seasoning. You see what I'm saying? Now, drug smuggling, human trafficking. You don't want to get into that realm of criminology.
Yeah.
You want to stay on the good side. You see what I'm saying? Let's fix the people. Now let's get on the side of putting them in the hospital or in the grave. Do you understand, sir?
Yeah, I do understand.
Yeah, you know how these filthy people are. They will have you be out here, and it'll turn into a horror flick. Overnight, sir.
Yeah.
Overnight, you go from Seinfeld to the 38 Laws of Power. You hear me? Fighting for your life. I'm trying to tell you, because the way I did it, man, I went through the hell. You hear me? I went through the hell, but I came back. But redemption is everything. And when you come back from death, my friend, there is no more fear of death because you can't fear what you already been through.
I don't know, bro. I don't know.
You can't fear. I'm trying. So you must have never died before.
Let me think about it. Nah, like most people.
Thank you. I have, sir. September 20.
But
September
you said
18,
that shit like everybody
sir.
died before. I happen to be one that ain't never done it.
That's what I'm saying.
No,
that's older than me.
Okay, CK.
See what I'm saying?
Hell nah,
I'm just saying, think about those people that have came back from the afterlife. You see what I'm saying? The blessing, the way they appreciate life on the second time around. It's different. See, you just on your first.
Let me ask you a question.
Fear.
Yeah, you're right. I'm on my first. Let me ask you a question, bro. I hope I don't regret this, but I'm just curious now. Do you believe in reincarnation?
Yeah, no doubt. Come on, man. When the Leah leave, a new angel is born. You see what I'm saying?
Okay.
When the Leah left 2001, remember, look who was born the next day or the same second she died, sir. That's her spirit.
All right.
Her spirit came back September 2000. No, it was August. August 2001, sir. Yes. You got her spirit, man. Do you believe in it, Mr. Wyatt?
I don't know, bro. Cause like I believe, I don't know. I really don't know. Let me ask you something. Who were you in your life before now? Like you were something. Were you an animal? Were you a person? Were you who do you think you were?
I was me. I'm like Jesus that came back. You remember Jesus resurrected, right?
Yeah.
Didn't he come back?
Yeah, but he came back as
That's
Jesus.
me, but it was him. He didn't nobody say, well, who was you? Motherfucker, I was Jesus, nigga. I'm gonna be there. You remember who I was, so you want me to just make up a new life? I was the man I was. He just sent me back.
Oh, okay. So you were CK before.
You think Jesus Christ was a whole new person when he came, but he ain't.
No. I don't think we should compare Jesus to what we're talking about. Jesus came.
That's the problem.
Wait, man, hold on.
God is everything. He need to be compared in everything. Why in life?
No, what I'm saying to you, Jesus died Jesus, and he came back Jesus, right?
That's me.
So you died CK and came back CK.
More improved now.
I don't mean that one time that you said you died and came back.
Say that again, sir.
I don't mean that one time you said you died and you came back. I'm talking about in the other life before you were CK.
Oh, I see what you said. Oh, no. Yeah, now that's yeah. Now that went hard. You right. I can't remember. Like you talking about who I was before I was born in 76, February, Black History Month.
Okay.
You talking about who I was before that, before I came out.
Yeah, before you were CK. Were you CK in the other life? What you doing?
We probably just our fathers walking around in our daddy's balls. You don't think so?
I mean, if you believe in reincarnation, you were someone before.
I'm a chip off the whole block. I'm just like him, man. He's smooth, but only thing about my daddy, he's still working. Okay, he's still working, and he my daddy. I'm 50. Do the math.
All right, CK, what else you got, bro?
How you feel about that, homie?
Nah, you got me today.
Hold up, you just gonna brush off my genius.
Yeah,
I just told you about my daddy and the reincarnation and the testicle part, and you just come out. Well, that's a phenomenon. Why would I give you breakthrough in, education? You don't acknowledge it. When you give me great knowledge, I'll be like, that's fruit of knowledge, and I teach the people. I give you gems, and you brush me off. That's what you need to fix.
I didn't brush you off. I just can't relate to that. So if I can't relate to it, what I'm supposed to, okay, my bad.
You're a genius like me, sir. You could be like, yeah, that was deep. Just like I'll be telling you, you be giving me game and shit, financial status.
Yeah.
Remember?
Yeah. And how we doing
this
on that?
Nigga had $12 when he met you, man. He made $12 to his name when he met you. And that was 4 years ago.
How we doing now?
He got more money than his age. He got more than $50 in that.
No, I'm talking about you. How you doing now with it? How we coming with your New Year's resolution?
$12 to over. I got like $58 now. You see what I'm saying? That's 4 years. Do the math. How much I done made in 4 years? That's the type of life we live in. Right. It's called happiness, sir. It's called bliss.
I don't want to brush you off, man, but I don't want everybody to get jealous because they see that you striving and you getting better in life. So I'm gonna have to
fuck them. Remember them. They Cincinnati. I came to live in Cincinnati. You left because of the hate. I came back to thrive because of the hate. I didn't leave. I feed. Go ahead.
I didn't leave because of that hate. Trust me.
They didn't hate you here when you lived here?
No. I didn't. You know what? I fit in just like everybody. I fit in like a glove, bro. I was the perfect size. I was the perfect weight. I had the right mindset. Everything was perfect to fit in with my hometown. I was perfect. I was an instant. I was
never a victim of violence, so you never was robbed or anything.
That's what made me great. I was part of the system.
That's hate, now, nigga. Now you lied. Now let the people say he lied on his own fucking hometown. Talking about they robbed you of your fucking money, and you talking about that's love. No. I ain't never got robbed in this motherfucker, and I still know they hate me. So if I got robbed, I know they hate me. You're denying fucking hate because you black and you're a victim of trauma. That's what the fuck we do. We defend criminals. You've been a victim of robbery, so you left this city, but you still want to act like they love you.
Wait a minute, hold on.
I ain't never got robbed.
CK, you turning this into something way different. What I'm saying to you is I was fitting in my city because I was being part of the destruction. I was part of the dysfunction. I was normal in it. You understand what I'm saying? I didn't become more.
Yeah, you was part of the evilness, wickedness.
Right. I didn't become a little bit
more. You didn't strike me as that. I thought you was the suit wearing dude, man, sharp.
What you mean when
you was a youngster? You didn't look like a menace to society. You didn't look like old dog. You looked like you was Sharif, the one Sharif hanging with him trying to tell, hey guys, you need to stop selling crack. Or you killing the people in the community. That's what I thought you was. No. So you was part of, they was talking to you, talking about why you need to change your shameful ways.
I wasn't a devil, but I ran with a few of his angels. You feel me? I did run with it. And I don't say that proudly. I just know that I was part of this. I had been in places that I know I had no business being in my life. You feel me? And it took me, once I moved away, then I understood a few different things.
And I was called to let you know, sir, that you've been such an accomplishment and a success. If I become 8% of the 100% a man you is, I've succeeded.
Okay, well, let's end on that, CK. Let's end on that right there. I'll take that as a compliment. Oh, he hung up. People were calling. Feel free to call back. Y'all know I was trying. What do I say? I was trying. CK, my man. All right. My bad, y'all. I asked him a question too. How dare I? I asked him about reincarnation. I don't know what I was in a previous life. I don't know if it's a real thing. But what I was saying before the phones got a little busy, feel free to call back in. I missed about 3 different phone calls, or 3 different people actually. What I was saying is I watched the investigation. I knew soon as I was about to get into this, the phone was gonna ring. But I'm gonna take this phone call. Good afternoon, caller. This is Wyatt. Who am I speaking with?
What up, Wyatt?
What up? Who this?
This Ross Freeman, man.
Ross, what's good with you, bro?
Hey, man. Turner's full of shit, and Kenneth Jones gay and a motherfucker, man. Why that nigga keep on chasing me like I'm a... What's wrong with Kenneth Jones, man?
Who is? I don't even know who that is. That's a
Lamont
name.
Jones, Homo Jones, Kotex Jones, Tampon, Lamont. That gay ass nigga that's in the fucking chat always jumping on my balls.
Okay, I'm be honest with you, bro. You know I don't keep up with all the chat. So is that somebody y'all be sparring over in the chat or something? I'm
going
back.
I don't even be saying nothing to dude, man. I'm over here talking to the people in the chat, and then here come this nigga saying gay stuff. He the dude that's always saying shit that's gay. You'll be talking about pancakes and syrup, and this nigga say, "Oh yeah, we'll put the pancake syrup on Twins' ass," and some shit like.
Hey, bro, I never caught that. I'll be honest with you. I do see a Kenneth Jones in the chat. It looks like a Facebook person.
Yeah, talking about he grew up with you and shit. Always talking about you took some money in the dice game. This gay ass nigga ain't have you. This nigga keep talking about he tough and he make 200 sandwiches a day. What type of killer makes sandwiches?
Killers, I don't know. I don't know.
I don't know if this nigga playing, if this nigga joking. Like, I mean, what the fuck, like that, nigga? You tough as hell, and you at the sandwich shop, like, motherfucker, why you ain't boxing her in the UFC? Motherfucker, go pick up a hammer, tough ass nigga. And this nigga tough with mayonnaise on his hands. Gay ass nigga.
Hey, Rod, I think this your first time calling in like 3 years.
Man, that gay ass nigga Trina's punk ass line. That motherfucker owe me $100, man.
For what? Them tickets?
That nigga charged me for them high ass tickets. The nigga smoked my weed and he drunk my liquor. And then the nigga turned around. Motherfucker gave me, I was doing landscaping a couple of years ago. This motherfucker gave me 2 yards to do for him when he was out of town. This motherfucker still ain't paying me my motherfucking money. I promise you, if I go down that motherfucker, I'll throw on something and try to sink that nigga boat. It ain't even $100. It's the principle. Hey, he said he doing a food drive for some strangers. Them niggas keeping them pants for his motherfucking self. Why these niggas keep calling? Why these niggas keep calling you capping, man? Hey, that nigga down there looking hungry and a motherfucker talking about he gonna do a fundraiser for who?
Hey, man, stop. Hey, y'all stop, man. Play fair.
It ain't even me. I ain't even did shit, man. I'm trying to motherfucking do my work. I'm at Home Depot hearing this nigga lying on me. Like, I ain't even called yo. I ain't even said nothing about the motherfucking money you ran off on.
Hey, bro. Hey, man, I feel funny about this one because people be wanting you to call because of y'all conversations, and they finally get a chance to hear you. You know what I'm saying? Instead of, I guess y'all type all the time.
These niggas ain't cool, Wyatt. These niggas full of shit.
Well, I mean, you know, I don't know, bro. You went to the game with them, bro. I mean, y'all didn't know each other?
Man, I thought Trent was cool till that nigga showed up with them tight ass jeans on, taking me up to the motherfucking 5th floor and shit. This nigga. And then he motherfucking ain't paid for shit. And then he gonna motherfucking run off with my money. That shit, I was cool for about a year. But now this nigga keep on coming back on here talking shit.
Yeah.
Like, if he can let it go, I'ma let it go. But why you wanna keep on lying and shit?
I don't know, bro. I ain't gonna lie, man. I was dying when I seen where y'all was sitting, though, bro.
Wyatt, you know, I live off of solar power too. I live off of solar.
Yeah.
Man, I got my fucking 25 panels. This nigga got one panel on that boat, man. That's how about he live off of solar.
Say a cup of coffee off that mug. Hey, we got panels on the house here too, bro.
One panel.
And I live off panels. I got panels on the house here too, bro. And we got like 25. I don't know like how one go. I mean, but it's a boat though. I ain't trying to be funny, but a boat don't need that many. You know what I'm saying? A boat don't mean it don't need that many, bro.
Man, go down there and help that nigga.
Nah, that's you, bro. He said that he wanted you to come down and help him out. You know
you need to help that nigga get off of that boat before that nigga die. Man, come go help your boy, man.
Hey, man, let me do my show, man. Let me do my show, bro. Stop.
Bet.
All right.
Wyatt, tell them niggas leave me alone.
Leave Roz alone. He ain't on it. All right, bro. All right, man. Let me do this show, bro.
Bang.
All right, man. Later. Y'all been waiting to hear from Roz, bro. People be asking, call in. I didn't seen all of that. I hope I didn't just my bad. I ain't mean to hang up on you. But I think they friends, see. I think they just going at it. I think they just doing shit. I think they kind of going at each other. All right. That was that, bro. That was that. Black Popeye cool, man. That's Trentus Brown. He cool. Roz, they all cool. They all cool. I don't know. I'll be honest with you, bro. I don't know who the Kenneth dude is, but he ain't never said nothing. I mean, I can only read so many comments, bro, but I've never really seen him do what Rod said he did. But I don't read, like, I know certain people that say certain things, bro, and if you getting off on some of this one kind of talk, I usually ignore it. But I've never seen, and I'm not saying Rod's lying or capping on it, I just never seen him say, you know, he used the example of if you talking about some sandwiches or something, and dude be like, yeah, rub some of them sandwiches. I don't know what he talking about, but I ain't never seen that. I'm not suggesting that he don't do it, but for me, that was the first I've ever heard of something like that. But yeah, that was comedy right there. I ain't even gonna lie, bro. Y'all didn't ask Roz to come out and say something. And when he did, bro, he could have said something a long time ago about them tickets. I give him his props. He didn't say shit. But y'all know, if you remember when they went to that football game, bro, Roz was out his body when he seemed like where they was sitting, bro, was crazy. Like, when you go to the game, bro, you like if you sitting all the way up at the top, bro, you up with the lights and the birds, and it's bird crap all up there, bro. Like nobody sits up that high. Roz's face was like, it had me weak, bro. Black Popeye came on and was like, man, we was in a winning season. Tickets was 300. Well, I don't know, bro. I just know that you can get some club seats for 150. Remember that DH? DH said Roz was hot. I remember that day. I remember it as if it was yesterday. Let me tell you why. Because when they told me how much he paid for the tickets, I was like, oh, yeah, Popeye hit a lick. He hit a lick. Now, all that other shit they talking about, that Rod's talking about, I went and did a couple jobs for him, and he still ain't paid me, all that. I'm going to let them deal with all that. I just know the makeup of that stadium down in Cincinnati. I know that Paycor Stadium, bro, and when I seen where they were sitting, and then when I seen the number that he paid, the ticket, I was like, yeah, Roz, yeah. You better be glad he ain't throw his ass out that damn stand, because that's a straight drop. All the way up there, like you sitting, you can look over the rail behind you, and that's a straight drop at Paycor. That was a straight drop, bro. All right, man. I'm glad I got that out the way. All right, let me get into what I was talking about real fast before I lose a few more people, because people don't understand the history of that Black Popeye and Roz argument. they don't really get it. So we sitting here laughing. A few of us laughing, and it's funny as hell because y'all had to be here to understand what was going on with these guys, and you didn't know who was telling the truth. And I think I got an idea who's telling the truth at this point. I'll leave that one to myself. I'll let everybody judge for themselves. But Roz don't call here that much. And then of course Black Popeye don't either. But I think I got a better understanding of how that shit went. I think I know what it is, and I'm gonna leave it alone. Roz ain't going down there to the Bahamas. He ain't going down there to get on that boat with dude. Not if he owe him some money. He ain't going down there. He ain't gonna never make it back. That'll be a story on Channel 5, Channel 9, Channel 12, and Channel 19 in Cincinnati. Roz would never make it back home. I tell you that now. He wouldn't make it. All right, so I was watching this story with Chief Thiegy in Cincinnati, and I'm confused. And I learned today that the city has hired a whole nother law firm. I don't understand why media is not chopping this up. I don't understand how y'all allow leadership to be this damn reckless in spending in your face. I don't get it. I don't understand. I do understand because the people that control how to say what needs to be said, they'll never say it. Because then they'd have to admit that shit didn't sound right in the beginning. It wasn't right it wasn't right a long time ago. And, sometimes people tend to stick to their story, even when it's obvious that some other stuff is going on. And to me, personally, I think you have to be careful when you see people who are not authentic in one way. They're probably not authentic in a whole lot of other ways. When they hold off information, or when they're not telling you the right thing, or when they won't tell you the truth because it'll hurt the whole plan, then you're not part of the plan. You've been used to execute their plan. You feel me? You're just you're you're a piece on the chessboard. That's all. And I see it. I'm going to play a video that I know a lot of y'all have seen before. Some may not have seen it because you may be new here. But sorry, I got the giggles. And then I'm reading comments about what people, saying about a few things. But yeah, I agree, DH. Let me get it together. All right, I'm together now. Y'all don't find it to be weird that there was a 6-month investigation on the chief of police in Cincinnati, Ohio, and they came back with a 9-page report that was kind of generic? I mean, it was very generic. It was witnesses that they probably could have did. I mean, they could have did an internal affair investigation and came up with that amount of witnesses with those type of statements. They spent 50 grand. That don't sound like a lot of money, but I don't hear a lot of the people that bitch and complain every day about spending or what they could have done with that $8 million. I don't hear you bitching and complaining about what they could have done with that $50,000. How many families could $50,000 feed in the city of Cincinnati? You pick and choose when you want to be mad at some shit. It's just amazing to me. Not only do they look crazy in selecting a law firm to run this investigation, now they look even more crazy because they're doing it again. And all they're doing is buying time. All they're doing is they found what they want to find, but now they need to hire somebody that can make their findings legit. In other words, this is what we need it to be. Y'all go find it. You know what I'm saying? That's what's going on here. Chief of police, I don't stick with her, but I'm not against her either. The bottom line is this. You played ball with those people. You were the sacrifice lamb, like I told you before. But now it's very obvious. Before it was just allegations. It was me just making assertions. It was just me being like thinking out loud and telling it to you guys like, this don't sound right. At least I took my ass out there and I had an interview. I had a conversation with the chief of police. And I'm going to tell you this right now. This may not sound good to some of you guys. It might be on some snitching shit, depending on how you live in your life. But if you watch the video that I did with Chief a couple years ago, that interview, they obviously don't watch Wyatt live because none of my records or anything have been subpoenaed or anything. If I was her lawyer, I would reach out to Wyatt live and say, hey, can we get a clip of that interview that you had with Chief? Can we get a clip of that? Or maybe they do have it and they just have it, ready to present in some courtroom or something one day and use it as evidence saying that my client, being, Chief Thigi, was well aware of what was causing the situations in the city, and my superiors didn't want me to speak on it. Because when I start talking about some of the things that they're blaming her for being a part of, that's when she shut down on me. Because she knew I was saying to her, here are the problems and the issues that's going on. Why haven't you gone to certain people and asked, why are we allowing this to happen? Why can't we make arrangements, or why can't we have a meeting to see if some of these stuff can change? Because we know where it starts. We know where it ends up, and we know that it leaves that place and it can escalate from that place. Now, some of you don't know what I'm talking about. Alethea said, child just shot on Walnut. I bet you they ain't gonna fire the new, what is that? The chief that they just put in, the temporary person. The shootings have always been there. They're not gonna stop that. But the bottom line is, if you watch the video, that little small interview that I did with the chief in the courthouse, that says it all. That said it all. Her avoiding certain questions because she couldn't speak on it. Her facial expressions. Now, y'all know I'm a body language guy. I don't necessarily listen to what you say. I watch how you take in the question sometimes. Or, it's a body language type of thing. Interim police chief. Thank you, Carolyn Smith. Is he still the interim, or did they end up replacing her, or she's still on leave? I didn't know that. So I'm just trying to tell you that the chief got played, and it's in broad daylight, and none of us, the black community, don't speak on it because it's their leaders. It's who they ride with, who look totally ridiculous right now. And if you admit that they look ridiculous, you're probably going to get chastised. You're probably going to be called a coon. You're probably going to be whatever the whole lineup of bullshit is that y'all try to outcast people. That's what's going to happen. And the bottom line is the chief just did everything they asked her to do. She avoided everything they asked her to do. She made a couple comments out there. It was against the grain of what they asked her to do. And that's why they trying to put it on her, because it was right around election time and they needed the distraction from what was really going on. The Corey Bowman guy was not enough distraction. The simple fact that he was J.D. Vance's brother, stepbrother, or whatever, that distraction led to a lot of talk. The fact that he was running on crime and crime was running rapid through the city at that time, that distraction was not really enough. So what they did is they used the chief as a bigger distraction. And they put all the crime that was going on, that they were telling people wasn't all that bad. They even got people in the city of Cincinnati right now that are, what do they call these highly extreme influencers doing videos and shit now, talking about it's great downtown Cincinnati. Cincinnati's a great place to live. All of that. It's great downtown, and you can eat downtown, and you can do, and they show all this shit at noon, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock in the afternoon, sun shining, all the white women downtown with sundresses on, sipping their little teas and shit, looking like Cincinnati is like, you know, like it's Paris. You know what I'm saying? And you got your bloggers doing that stuff now. So there's obviously some payola going on there. But they took their cameras and shit home by 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock. You feel me? They didn't do that shit at 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock at night. They missed all the dudes that's breaking into the cars down at the Phoenix. They missed all of the shit that go on in Over the Rhine after 10 o'clock. They missed all of that shit. But I get it. I get it. I'm not going to mess up nobody's money. But don't insult our intelligence. Don't act like that the crime that's going on in the city is not in a few specific areas and that it's just safe because you say it's safe. It's not. If it's safer there than everywhere else, I can guarantee you one thing that nobody will ever bring up. Why are insurance premiums more expensive in downtown Cincinnati than anywhere in the city? Insurance premiums. See, all you got to do, well, they don't want you to do this. They never want you to do the proper investigation or talk about the things that really matter, that show the real patterns of what's really going on. They don't want you to even be part of that. And the reason why they don't want you to be part of that, because that's the type of shit right there that makes sense. There is a reason why the insurance premiums are more expensive in downtown Cincinnati, whether you live downtown or if you have a business downtown. There's a reason. Have one of your people who say it's safe downtown, have them explain to you, then why is it more expensive to live down there insurance-wise? Why? Why do companies, did y'all see what Jeff Ruby had to go through with his landlord, with the company down there? With who was that has that place? Town Properties. Remember they were just doing a lawsuit about 6-7 months ago? And they were doing a lawsuit because I believe Jeff Ruby's company was trying to pull out of downtown. They were trying to pull out of downtown because they were saying, hey, it's not safe and we don't really want our company, we don't want our employees in this area. And you know, y'all got some people that's so damn gone in the brain that they'll say that that's a political move. They just did that. This is a political thing. These guys are, everything is, see, what they try to do is convince you that real shit that's happening in life, it's not really happening. It's somebody bringing in a political, point, like they're trying to finesse you and call it a political thing. All right, well, you call next time somebody 23 cars get broken into downtown and Over the Rhine on a Friday night or a Saturday night or a Sunday night, call your insurance company and say, hey man, this shit didn't really happen. It was just political. They're going to tell you, okay, well, you just shit out of luck. Hold on, let me get some information on this. Because Alethea is talking about the situation that's going on downtown. Vernon Jordan says, it looked like what, let me just go back to this real fast and then I'll get back to, it looks like someone's been shot downtown. No, it didn't really happen. I'm sure it didn't really happen. That's somebody playing political games. It looks like what happened was when the city manager had a pre-disciplinary hearing on the chief and the chief's attorney ripped that weak ass report apart. And the city manager left that hearing knowing that she didn't, and the city manager left that hearing knowing that she didn't know, that she didn't have nowhere else or any enough evidence to prove that the chief was an effective leader. Kind of obvious. I know what you're saying, V. You're on point. It's pretty obvious. It's like most times they're mismanaged. I know people that know, it's mismanaged. That's the bottom line. Rothenberg on lockdown, the school. Man, I don't even know. She said a shooting just happened while we were talking about crime, 2:30 p.m. in the daytime. We're moving. I live downtown and it's time. I loved it before, but now having a child, it's time to relocate. Now, you don't have to relocate. It's just political, sis. That shit ain't really happening down there. It's not really happening. They just, that's them. That's Corey Bowman and the Republicans trying to make the Democrats look bad in the city. It's all political. That shit is the 11-year-old that got shot at the park in broad daylight. That's all political. That shit is not really happening. Here's the sad thing, and I mean this respectfully. It's not just Cincinnati. This is a culture of people. This is a culture, this is a lifestyle that hasn't been checked because the temperature of your police departments and your cities and all that, you got too many people that villainize the police. And what happens is the police fall back and it open up gaps for this type of shit to happen. And nobody really wants to talk about it. Because when you talk about shit like that, you have to look at who opened up those gaps, who allowed that shit to happen. I was going to say something on Monday. I just didn't, but I'm going to say it today on Tuesday. I'm going to go on the record by saying this because I got a call from my agent in the Cincinnati area. Y'all better be careful this week in Cincinnati. You better be careful this week in Cincinnati. That's all I'm going to say. It's going to be tough for y'all out in the city of Cincinnati this week because judges, and I know a lot of people who were judges, who want to be judges. I know a lot of them got a lot to say, but they cannot deny what's going on in these streets. They can call it political. They can call it that. We have been so normalized that crime is going to happen that when it happens, it's just supposed to happen. Feel me? We don't even think that the shit is going on out there is crazy anymore. We're just tolerant of a certain amount of crime. It's become normal to certain people. Crime does not have to be normal. That's like, would you feel that crime is normal if something happened to your child? No, you would be asking, why did y'all let this happen? See, it's only severe when it really hits home and it happens to you. But if it was your child, then crime would be more than political. It would be more than everything other than it would be, you would know it for what it really is. Become a victim and you'll know what I'm talking about. But all these people who got all these excuses, they don't have a bunch of excuses. They have the one common excuse. It's political. They just trying to make us look bad. Well, it does look bad. Did you see the story on Channel 19? Did you see the story about the young man that shot on Government Square? Do you see how much shit he's been into in the last year? So you telling me he was supposed to be out to even get on the camera again? To be able to be in Fountain Square with a gun? If you got to walk around a city with a gun for protection, quite honestly, I believe you in the wrong place. Whether you're an innocent person or you're a villain your damn self. A villain, a person who has to run around the city with a gun because they have ops. I don't want them nowhere around me. I don't want to be at Subway getting a sandwich and get shot in the back because his ops is standing behind me. And then I don't need fake ass leaders talking about this is just political. And I don't mean your city council. I'm talking about your community leaders. Oh, they just trying to make us look bad. They just want us to look bad. They want it to look like it's worse than what it really is. Okay, so how much worse does an 11-year-old getting shot at the playground? How much worse does that get? It's not just happening in Cincinnati. It's happening in a lot of cities that's managed like Cincinnati. Say what you want to say. Call me what you want to call me, bro. I ain't ducking no bullets. None of that. My goodness. I wouldn't watch me either. I'd be getting up out of here too if I was y'all. Ed says, you sound naive, Wyatt. Everybody carries a weapon. No, they don't. No, they don't, Ed. Why? No, they don't. I would bet this to you, Ed. Right here on the show, knowing who I know on here and looking at the people that I know, not necessarily I know them personally, but just knowing that they're, having an idea who they are, their makeup, 90% of the people that watch this show don't carry a weapon. I'm willing to bet that. Don't carry a weapon. I'm not saying don't own one. Okay, people can have a weapon in their home for protection. But it's a different person that carry it with them every day. So no, I'm far from naive, Ed. I'm far from naive. Everybody don't carry a weapon, bro. I don't know where you got that one from. Let me go to the phone lines. Good afternoon, caller. This is Wyatt. Who am I speaking with?
Oh, Wyatt, this is Daniel.
Daniel?
Darren.
Darren. I could have sworn you said Daniel. What's good, Darren?
Oh, I just wanted to really get. I ain't even hold you. I just need to know. Did you set a date for our square dance?
Let's do it together. I can't do it without you. Let's set a date.
Okay, I'm right here.
How much time you need?
I'm ready. I'm ready. Like right now.
Oh, bro, come on, man.
I just need to know, clear my calendar.
How much time you need to get ready, bro?
I'm ready when you is.
You ready when I is? Okay. You okay? Where we at? What's the date? April, mid-April.
Today the 14th.
We can do the 1st of May.
May 1st. Okay. What is that? What day is that?
I don't know. Let me check. Let me go to the calendar. First, I got to see if that's on a Friday. May the 1st is on a Friday, but I got to check my schedule to make sure that I'm good. Actually, May 1st is not going to work for me. Sorry, we have to do a weekend. I don't have anything till the 15th weekend is better for me. I'm out of town the first couple. I'm out of town on the 1st, the 8th. Those 2 weekends, the first 2 weekends, I'm out of town. So we're gonna have to do either the 15th and I don't have anything till next one won't be. I got everything tied up till June, mid-June. June the 12th is the next time I'll be back. I'll be able to make it to the Cincinnati area where I don't have anything going on in that weekend.
June 12th is the weekend before Father's Day. Book it.
You want to get your ass kicked before Father's Day? Don't you want to enjoy Father's Day?
I'm going to enjoy Father's Day.
Okay.
And ain't no ass getting kicked.
Okay.
Not over here. Not no ass that's gonna wake up in Ohio that day.
Okay.
Or that week. You know, you go come from Florida and get bum rushed.
Okay. Book it. Put the date down.
I thought you were doing it. Did you say June 12th?
Hold on. Yeah, June 12th.
Where at the Hamilton County Fairgrounds or what? Or Mount Auburn Rec? What?
Now we're gonna go to a gym. June 12th. Sparring session. So I suggest to you, whatever you eating and whatever you doing with your day-to-day, you might want to change it. Don't come in there with a pack of cool cigarettes and a Pepsi Cola, because we gonna see it again. Everything that now I'm giving you, see, here's the thing. You didn't set it, so now I'm gonna start it. Okay? Everything that you eat from this point on is gonna matter to you, because we probably gonna see it again. All right? You just remember that.
Charles Schwab over here. I'll be ready.
Okay.
All right.
All right. Okay. Y'all got the date. Y'all got the date. June 12th. You say that's a week before Father's Day?
Ain't it? Yeah.
Okay. I don't know. I'm not even focused on anything now. I'm focused on June 12th.
Okay. You know, it's also the weekend before the June 19th holiday. Which is kind of apropos, you know, because I'm gonna free your ass from all you thinking that you a boxer. You're no different than Don King from the movie Christie. Hello, hey, are you are you having like a viewing hookup for the Michael movie?
Am I having a what?
Like a viewing, get together for the Michael joint.
Am I having? No, you mean on the air here?
Well, I thought you might, pull your listeners together and go to a thing, theater and watch the joint. Like I ain't gonna lie, that's the only movie I've been hyped up since, hyped to see since the NWA biopic, Straight Outta Compton.
Nah, man, bro. Nah, I ain't doing none of that shit. That means you got to put your money up and hope people come and all that. I ain't doing. Where you think?
No, you got to put your money up. Just say like, yo, I'm gonna be here. Boo, 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 boo. You a fan of the Randy Wyatt show? Come chill with me and watch the movie with me up here. But I'll get our tickets at the same time and go in and mob.
When is that?
I think the movie come out the 20th, 24th, something like that.
24th. Okay. The Michael Jackson. Nah.
Yeah, you do realize there's a real biopic about him coming out in 2 weeks. Right?
Yeah, nah, my kids, a lot of people been talking about it. I do know about it. I'm not really interested in Michael Jackson like that. I'm probably gonna watch it, but I've seen a few Michael Jackson stories and stuff like that. I'm not big on them type of stories, bro, because I don't know how real they are. I've grown up in a world where history don't always tell the truth, and I don't know I don't know if what's going to be said is the truth or not. So I don't really know if I'm going to really like it like that. That makes sense?
Oh, it makes perfect sense. Makes perfect sense. But I think you will, as Michael and as, your DJ background, I know you done played a couple sets that included heavy Michael Jackson material.
Yeah, I used to do a lot of Michael Jackson mixes. Yeah, you're right. But that don't mean that. See, here's the thing, bro. Honestly, I think Hollywood has a lot to do with why we are the way we are today as a people. I just don't trust Hollywood. I don't like the portrayal of certain people. And 90% of this world fame are followers. And if you ever want to get a certain narrative out on someone, make a movie or a documentary or start having people come out here and say it enough times. I'll be honest with you. This is you really gonna get me when I say this one. I don't believe the stories of Martin Luther King. I don't believe the stories of him and all the movies. And see, I was done when I seen Roots as a child and when I learned that it was all fake. So I think that Black folks, I just have to say this, we got to stop relying on Hollywood to tell our stories, because that's how they want us to portray it. It victimizes us. It puts a lot of false truths out there, a lot of false narratives. And I don't like I don't like that type of stuff, especially when it goes to the highest bidder and stuff like that. That I just don't like when people have these ideas and they bring them back to life and they have this different type of portrayal of how things really went. I don't like that.
No, that's interesting. That is interesting.
Now, can I say one other thing before I say that? Before I let you say something, I watched something the other day on my phone. It was my favorite producer. It was Teddy Riley. It's different when Teddy Riley can tell me what happened between him and Blackstreet or him and Guy. I'm all ears for that. He was part of it. He was there. He's alive to tell the story. But I ain't about to listen to somebody that claimed themselves was their role manager, and now he comes out with a script and he's going to tell you why Teddy Riley and Guy and Blackstreet all broke up. There's too much incentive for him to carry the story a certain kind of way. But when Teddy Riley tells the story, I'm going to believe it because he was there. He's part of it. He might have a hidden agenda, yes, but I'm more receptive to listening to that than I am somebody who's gaining monetary gaining off of it. You understand what I'm saying? I just don't get into them type of things.
Yeah, I agree. But I mean, excuse me. I get what you're saying. they were the Michael joint is that his estate had to sign off on it. Like, I believe his mother was still alive at the time.
She's still alive now.
This.
She's still alive.
Oh, she's still alive? Good.
Yeah, but the thing is his estate was all up in shambles. So that don't mean anything to me. I know that he has a nephew that's playing in the movie. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it looks just like him, yeah.
Yeah, but that don't mean shit. I don't think that they the closest. I don't think that, look, man, when money get involved, some of them still feeling a certain way that Mike made all the money. Tito and them guys didn't make no money, bro. And they couldn't make no money without Michael Jackson. So now is the best. They can make more money off of him being gone and off his name than they ever could in their life. They ain't never received no publishing. Them guys never wrote a song. Didn't nobody come out there to see Tito or Jermaine. They was there to see Mike.
Jermaine had that one jam, do what you do until you don't do it no more. What was it called?
Yeah, but did you ever see him on tour doing that shit?
I was a young boy back then.
Yeah, well, I ain't never seen him on stage other than a video. I've never seen Jermaine Jackson lead a tour. And that's how they make their money.
Gotcha. Okay. So, but no, that was all I really wanted was to, set the square dance date. So I knew what time I was going, designate your ass. Hey, it's been real.
Okay.
Had fun. And I'll check you out on the next episode. But until then,
all right.
How you doing, Miss Birch?
That was Fame. Darren. I could have sworn he called himself Daniel. I think he got confused. I heard Daniel come out of his mouth, but it is what it is. Yeah, we lost some viewers. They didn't want to hear that shit. We lost Facebook people because they didn't want to hear that shit. I was going down a rabbit hole on them. They didn't want to hear it. 2 locations blocked. Okay, let's see what we got going on. Good afternoon, caller. This is Wyatt. Who am I speaking with?
The house talked his way out of a house whooping, didn't he?
Now I'm gonna let him keep talking.
He went from fight to Michael Jackson.
It was kind of weird, wasn't it? he went from getting secured and date to talking about some beat it and shit. I don't know.
Yeah, he went from Mike Tyson to beat it.
Yeah. If he would have been talking about Mike Tyson, that'd have been different. But he went from I'm gonna whoop your ass, all that. He was barking and all that.
And soft at the end, like, hold on, man. Is this Fame or Lane? Which one?
That's what they do. I mean, that's what they do, bro. I don't really, have anything to say about that.
I know it was funny. I had to laugh at the end the way he did that. People didn't catch it.
Yeah,
he came out hard.
People caught it.
Yeah, hey, ain't nobody want to just look at that, man. Hey, how many times they go rehearse this man's life?
Who you talking about? MJ? Michael
Jackson?
Yeah,
man. I've seen about 50 movies with Michael
I'm
Jackson.
probably gonna watch it. I know I'm gonna watch it because my family wants to watch it. I just have a problem with movies like this because, I just think that there's a lot of embellishing. I think there's a lot of stuff that's not necessarily true. And I just don't like when people start having this impression of how life was or how it's supposed to be. And you listening to people who really just want you to think a certain kind of way. I'm not big on people thinking for me.
And he was right about Hollywood. How the hell Hollywood was trying to write a script about Michael Jackson? But man, you weren't there, man. And then he ain't even really mess with his brother. Like, that man lived a private life. The man didn't even have a cell phone, man. He lived a private life of what he was doing. Ain't want everybody in his mix. Regardless, that's my family now, but no, y'all talk too much. Y'all might tell or something like that, make a documentary. That's a case of when I do die, y'all go, no, I ain't gonna get a snippet of nothing.
I bet
that's
you.
whoever in my circle go tell on me.
I bet you any amount of money in the world, it is not going to show one thing that Michael Jackson ever done wrong in his life.
No.
So how are we going to have a real story about someone if you don't show who this person truly is?
And then whenever you ever saw his nephews really around, Michael Jackson, when I was a shorty, the only time I saw him growing up that I saw Bubbles, that little monkey, and I saw little Macaulay Culkin, whatever his name, the Home Alone kid. Them the only person I saw around here. And the Blanket and Paris and Snuggles and whoever else the kids he got. I seen them. Other than that, you ain't really see his nephews and all them around. Neverland. So man, I don't believe in none of it. Just like that MLK story. I don't believe in none of that stuff either.
Yeah, let me just say
they
this.
punished my man. Man, I thought the man was the president when I was shorty, man. And they ain't really speak the real knowledge of what he did.
Yeah,
let me tell the truth how he fucked up the fucking civil rights people.
Yeah, let me just say this real quick,
Go
Twin.
ahead, man. This your show.
I promise you can get it back. I promise. I don't mean I want something to be wrong with Michael Jackson or him to be an evil, nasty, mean person. I don't mean that at all. What I'm saying is, you know, for instance, if they did a documentary on DMX, in order to know who DMX truly is, you have to know what his vices were and the things that he went through in life, and know that he had these addictions, and know that made his judgment cloudy. There's a lot of things that you would learn about DMX that you probably that wouldn't give him, you know, he wouldn't look like, you know, an angel. Michael Jackson's story is going to look like he was the greatest entertainer in the world, which he was.
Yeah.
But it's also going to look like he was an angel, like he did nothing wrong to anyone. And I'm going to tell you right now that I do believe that Michael Jackson, a lot more wrong was done to him than he did to people. But I do believe that Michael Jackson did some wrong things to some people. Okay, it's almost impossible not to when you're that influenced, when you have that much influence in life. You know, so it's just, I don't like people controlling the, you know, my thoughts on things or setting a narrative to make me believe a certain thing. I don't like that type of setup. I don't want to get too critical in my thinking on it. I'm just being honest.
Think he caught a babysitting case for real?
No, I'm not talking about the sexual abuse stuff. I'm talking about he had to be a shrewd businessman, because you don't have that much ability. Look, man, you have to cut corners and do certain things in order to buy what he bought and the things that he owned in that industry. Like he owned the publishing,
the Beatles and Elvis and all that.
Some big stuff. Sony, he had issues with Sony because Sony probably seen how he was moving. You feel what I'm saying? So I just see the different things of how he had. There's a reason why he bought that stuff. Michael Jackson had enough money where you don't buy things. People buy stuff. When you get so wealthy, people buy things for position. You feel what I'm saying? They buy things so they can position themselves a certain way. They don't buy it for the investment. They buy it for the power. So you have to that's what I just pay attention to things like that. There's certain things that I pay attention to.
Yeah. So and that's crazy. I probably want to look at it. Hey, Wyatt.
Oh, I'm gonna watch it. What's up?
It's sad, man. I was looking at Channel 9 yesterday about the guy that let the dogs kill his daughter. You know, not
I don't know if
sleeping
he let him. Is it fair
I mean,
to say that
he ain't let him, but you know, he wasn't on his square, man. He could have been more protective of his daughter, and she would have been living to this day. I ain't mean to say he let him, but
okay, I see what you're saying.
It's sad, man. It's really. And then I was looking at his face expression and, you know, his moves and all that. It's like he didn't have no really remorse behind it, man. He had that look like, yeah, whatever, give me my time, let me go type situation. For a nigga like me, I've been in there boo-hoo crying like, man, I don't know what happened. And I would explain myself like, it's like I don't know, man. I guess people, they mourn a different way or whatever.
They do.
And I don't know why.
They do. I mean, what's going to happen? Wasn't he? They just showed his sentencing hearing or something of that nature.
He's supposed to get sentenced, I believe.
Okay.
I believe, but you know, getting up probably a manslaughter or something like that. 8 to 10 years, maybe.
Well, that's a long time. And then he has to live, and then you have to live with what happened to your child. To me, I mean, if he doesn't do a day in jail, he still has to deal with what happened to his child in his
yeah,
mind.
they'll
You know what
go
I'm saying?
definitely hunt him for the rest of his life. That's my baby. And I don't like pit bulls no way for stuff like that, man.
What was it? Was it pit
I don't like
bulldogs?
Huh?
Were they pit bulldogs? I don't
I
know much
think
about
one
this.
of them, I think one of them was a pit.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
Yeah,
I
so
don't
man,
like them dogs anyway. But yeah, you can't have them those type of dogs around children. I know that's reckless. I remember when they were banning those dogs in the city of
yeah,
Cincinnati when I lived there. Yeah.
yeah. So I don't too much. I don't know, man. I guess to each his own. Then I seen earlier, man, like they got all this shooting and all that, and they're up there not protesting, but standing out there with parenthood because somebody set it on fire and all that.
Okay.
But why you got a choice of your own, man? I don't believe in abortions. That's one thing I don't believe in. I really don't believe in it. But if say if you got raped by your uncle or something like that, or then yes I do, but just to sit there and just I don't want that baby and all that, and no, I don't believe in none of that. Because I know people in front of me that did that. They had so many abortions, and now that they can't have kids, they had what you call it, surrogate mom or something like that. When somebody had a child for you, carried a baby for you.
Yeah, surrogate.
Something like that. Yeah, so they had to have one of those. From times that you've been having them old abortions, whatever, and stuff. So they out there protesting with the Jew little dude, what's his name? Landsman, Greg Landsman and all that.
Okay.
But we need to be focused on something else, man. You just seen a little shooting a little while ago. And like you said, it's about to heat up, man. It's about to get ugly out here. It's 80 degrees right now, but it's about to get ugly. I might, I'm on vacation. Why? I might walk around, take my shorty around there to College Station, man. Go watch them play that pickleball.
Well, I will say this. I can't wait to get back because I am going to visit College Station. I'm definitely
I think I'm about to go walk around and probably
I hope they got good wings. I hope they got good food.
Stuff.
I hope they have good food. I mean,
yeah, they I went the following week after they opened up, and nice crowd, big dumb stupid TVs up in there, why? And the staffing environment, and people my age or older and stuff was there, and kids I saw, and no grown folks stuff, not no argument and all that extra stuff, man.
Mm-hmm.
And then Stefan went live the other day there, and then I couldn't make it. I had to go to work that day, and I was tired. But it seemed like seeing white folk, black folk, a little biker club up there, whatever. It seemed nice though. But I've been there. Food was great, and I can't complain and everything.
So they got like finger foods, like they got wings.
They got they got you dig.
Good.
They got that your wings and all that. And I got some. She said try to pasta rasta. Some she said try that they got that people starting to buy. She said more things coming on the menu. Nice. Whatever. I forgot her name, but she's a nice lady, man. Great hospitality and everything, and great service and or whatever. Hosted that. Serve you and everything. But she's a nice lady, that management lady who runs it. I can't think of her name. She's a nice lady, but nice establishment, for the community.
Good.
And people want to enjoy it and all that, support the black people and everything. But I just like it, the environment when I went and everything, when all that, ghetto mentality and all that, because I ain't with that. I hate to say it, when I see a bunch of niggas and all that, and with that ghetto mentality, I don't too much want to go back, man. Because that's not me, man. That's not me. I'm mellow, laid back and everything, like to have fun. So that's all I had to say, Wyatt.
Okay.
I don't know what else, because I was half asleep. The little boy woke me up.
Oh.
So
well, you better,
he's something else, man.
How old is
he? He's 2.
Okay. Yeah, he had that terrible 2 age then.
So. Man, you ain't never lying, man. Never lying.
They will run you crazy.
But, they say why?
I said they will run you crazy at 2 years old.
Yeah. Why?
They get that personality. They starting to see things, want to touch
I'm about to
everything.
enjoy myself, though. Keep listening to everything,
okay,
right?
brother. Appreciate you calling in and
engaging. All right, man.
with
Keep it gangster, man.
All right, man. You too. Take it easy, brother.
All right.
Bye-bye. Yeah, I am going to check out College Station when I get to the Natty, man. I can't wait. I'm not much of a pickleball player, but I'm gonna give it a shot. I'm gonna give it a try. I grew up playing ping pong, and I'm more of a spectator when it comes to tennis. Tennis is a grueling sport when it comes down to agility. I just cutting it on and off like that. That's like running lines in basketball. You know what I'm saying? To go back and forth on a tennis court, my body's not really made for that. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not a real tall guy. I'm not lengthy. And you in a tennis game, that's something that you need. If you notice, the greatest tennis players most of them are tall. They have a little bit of length to them, and they can cover that court with the length. And that's, yeah. I wasn't blessed with the long arms and stuff. I can, but now the new tennis game that they have, what is it called? Pickleball? Yeah, we can probably get some of that in. And then it's like 2-on-2, right? So I only have to cover half of the court. Yeah, I could probably do that. I might call my man, Mr. Williams. I may reach out to him. Him and I have done business before in the past. Good guy, super good guy. And you know what? I may try to look at him or look at it and see what's going on and see if there's a tournament or some type of leagues or something that they're going to do. I'm sure they are, and try to do some, maybe sponsor a team, maybe get a Wyatt Live or, a Wyatt team or WP, a Wyatt promotion team out there, or maybe we'll name a tournament. Maybe we'll do a tournament, or, what do they call it when it's one and done? Yeah. I don't know. I look, maybe I'll look into it. I like doing stuff like that. Black Lion, what's good? Brenda Early says, Wyatt, I got my cake today from Tanika. Thanks again. Let us know how it is. Brenda Early, put in the comments what type of cake you received, you ordered from her. I'm curious to know. Jack says, Lincoln plays pickleball. LaDonna says, you're not short, Wyatt. Huh? You're not short, though. I'm not 6'4". You know what I mean? I'm not that. I'm 6 feet. Alethea, Jack says something like somebody had an eviction notice on the door asking them to vacate immediately. Well, that's not ever going to happen. What are y'all talking about? Who was asked to vacate immediately? What did I miss? Because that sounds foolish. The vegan pop-up? I don't know. Zola is closed. Oh, maybe that's who they're talking about. Well, DH says, break out your knee braces, Tiger Palm, and hydrate. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Let's see here. Someone help me with that. Zola's. Okay, you were talking about Zola's. Well, I don't know. I don't know if y'all know about this, but you can't send an eviction notice saying get out right now. That's not how that works. But okay, maybe people who are, like if you are a landlord and you may have someone that you don't think is up to speed on certain things, maybe you can send a notice like that. But you generally have to send a 3-day writ. And that's giving your tenant 3 days, especially in commercial space. That's giving them 3 days to know what's coming for them. She's going to, whoever Zola is, I don't know who that is or anything, they're going to have to go through the eviction process. You don't just send somebody a letter and say, get out. We want you out of here right now. This ain't no man and woman dispute. This is not a domestic dispute. Get your shit and get out right now. No, don't quite work that way. Who is it? Zola is transferring her business to another person. Oh, okay. Alethea says, let us know when you're going to College Station. I wanted to get warmed up a little bit. I don't want to come to the city, go up there, and it's a rainy weekend or a rainy week or anything. I kind of want the weather to start getting better. You know what I mean? And um, when it gets better out, we have more consistent hot days. I don't want to waste the day. I want to come up and enjoy, but I definitely will let us. Maybe we can do a meetup. Maybe we can do a meet and greet up there. How about that, y'all? Maybe that's what I can do. We can call. I'll call and see if we can maybe do a meet and greet. Maybe we can get a section. You know what I mean? I know some of y'all think section. Oh yeah, we're gonna be popping bottles. No, I don't mean it like that. I mean we can maybe get a few tables sectioned off outside or something, or maybe we can get a court of our own, and maybe I'll get some wings and some. I don't do drinks for people. I don't buy drinks for grown ass people. Maybe I'm talking about alcoholic drinks. I don't do that, but maybe we can do something like that and just have a meet and greet, and we all have a good time together. Maybe we can order some cakes from Tanika and anyone else that may have, I don't know if they'll allow food to come in, but we might be able to get an exception. I don't want to break rules. I don't want him making exceptions. I don't believe in them doing, they should do stuff like that, because then here comes well, y'all did that for them. And I don't want him to have to deal with that type of stuff. You know what I'm saying? What was that? Jerica says it wasn't an immediate eviction. It gave her a time frame. They still can't do that. They can't for instance, they can't say you got 30 days to leave. They can't do that unless they've already done an eviction and they're giving her grace. In other words, if a court has already ordered her to leave by a certain date and the landlord extends it or something of that nature, they can do that. Say for instance, David Herring puts me out of my building, my office. He owns the building. He files eviction. You know what I'm saying? He gets an eviction date, a set out date. He's not as hard on me because we had a relationship. He might say, Wyatt, they told me that you have to get out by what is today, April the 14th. The eviction came back stamped and they gave you till April 29th. But what I'm going to do for you, brother, I'm going to give you May the 5th. If you can get out by May the 5th, something of that nature, they can give you some grace. But a landlord can't just put you out and they can't set the time frame. They can give you 30 days to get out, or I'm going to file an eviction. They can do something of that nature, but they can't just sit your stuff out. That's a lawsuit waiting to happen. What is that? Alethea says, yes, they let you bring in birthday cakes. Well, damn it, somebody's going to have a birthday that day. All right. Maybe 2 or 3 of us will have birthdays that weekend. Tanika says, let's do it in June. I plan on coming to Cincinnati in June. Well, let's see what that June date looks like, Tanika. Sounds like the right time of the year to do something like that, to be honest with you. Jack says you can meet and greet at Jack's place. I don't know. That sounds kind of creepy. That sounds kind of creepy. We can meet and greet at Jack's place. That sounds kind of creepy. I don't know. Donna says they said she wasn't the only one. I don't even know where the business was. Maybe they've sold the building. Now, here's what happens. Here's what happens in that case. And I don't know if this is the truth. I'm just kind of giving you a scenario. Say, for instance, that I own that building and I have everybody under contract, okay, under a lease. And I sell the building to LaDonna. Well, those leases don't matter anymore. LaDonna can come in and give a 30-day notice to every business in there. Now, granted, they don't have to be out in 30 days. She's just announcing, hey, I'm the new owner. I have different plans. I have different arrangements with other people. I'm gutting the place. I'm doing something different. I'm turning this into condos. I'm turning it into, whatever. She can give them a 30-day notice to vacate. Now, what happens in that case, they still would have to be evicted. but their lease is non and void. See what I'm saying? The lease doesn't matter anymore. However many years they have left on the lease, all of that is non and void because of new ownership. What was that? Other tenants in the mall have received notices. So that's probably what's going on. Someone probably bought that property and they're probably getting rid of whatever is it, what all the businesses that are in there. Sierra Brooks says, Wyatt, can you explain the roots thing? I wasn't born when it came out. Y'all didn't know it was a historical fiction? No, I was a kid. I wasn't like I wasn't an adult when I found out that Roots wasn't, that was nonfiction. It was something that has been used as a tool and shown in many classrooms across the country. It was used as a gauge of what really happened, and it's not really what happened. Everything was made up from the fiddler to everybody else. Alex Haley clearly says it in the beginning of the book. So I understood. It's almost like how, look, this is not going to sound pretty. It's not going to sound attractive. But there are some people that believe the Bible is the same way. They believe it's a made up book and there's stories in the Bible that just didn't happen, but yet people believe it did. So it leads them to believe certain things in life. To me, I believe the Bible is a moral compass. It's used as a compass. So I see that same thing in movies and books like Roots. It didn't tell the truth about how things went. And it's just something that I've always had an issue with when people come out with documentaries or stories and it's supposed to be of someone's life and the impact they had on someone's life. Alethea says Avondale Town Center. That's what it is. So they would probably know about it. I would maybe find someone. I'll tell you who might know what's going on with that property. I don't know. I don't know. Stefan Pryor. Y'all could maybe reach out to Stefan and ask Stefan what's going on with that property up there in Avondale Town Center. If he don't know, he's the type of guy that'll go find out. He'll go talk to the owner or Avondale Council and find out why they're asking people to move out of those properties. Thanks, Black Line. He said it was in Avondale Town Center as well. People are saying Donna said it. Ed says it's where the new grocery store is in Avondale. Jack says, like, what happened to Just Cooking? What happened to Just Cooking? Let's see here. Sorry, I missed a call. Sierra says, so you don't believe slavery happened, or you don't think it was as horrendous as it was depicted in the film? No, I know for a fact that slavery happened. But no, I don't think slavery happened the way it was dictated in Roots. I know it wasn't. I know it wasn't done that way. That's another show. That's a 2-3 hour show for those that ever want to know. And people that know their history, that really look into the true history of the slave trade, they know that it wasn't done that way. Good afternoon, Wyatt and the Wyatt Live family. What's up, Crystal? How you doing today? Brenda Early says, Iris and Zola were on Lincoln's show and explained it all. Yeah, I wouldn't know, but what was it, Brenda? Okay, first, let me just say this. I'm not familiar with Zola. Is it a restaurant or is it a club? Is it a restaurant? I'm getting restaurant in my mind. And why are they emptying out that? Are they just selected a few different locations, or are these people being forced out? Can somebody tell me or call or let me know what's going on? I'll look into it. isn't just cooking in Bond Hill. I'm not quite sure. Alethea says Monica did well for herself, a downtown resident who relocated her restaurant from downtown to Bond Hill. Okay, Twin says it's a restaurant / bar. Okay, we're both restaurant and bar. Yeah, there could be so many different reasons why that's going on. It doesn't have to be she's a victim. She can be a victim of circumstance. There may be something going on. It may not just be targeted at her. So I don't want to speak on anything like that. It's just when people buy property, sometimes they buy it for future development. They don't buy it for what it is currently. They see a different potential income on it. Sometimes people buy it for different different reasons. I don't know why they're doing what they're doing. Crystal says, I have to try to creep and watch the show. It's sad. Why is that, Crystal? You always hear. And Crystal is one of those. Let me give her some love. Crystal is one of those that actually shares the show on her page all the time. Thank you, Crystal. I really appreciate it. And she shares it with love, even when she don't agree with me. That's what's crazy. Like, she shared my show. She shared a Wyatt Live show with love. Even when she don't agree with me, she shares it on her page. Like, that's so dope. That is so dope. That's unbelievably dope, to be honest with you. Thank you, sis. I appreciate it. I hope whenever we do a meet and greet or a show out or, a show outside and maybe at College Station, I hope you show up. I hope you're there. Tony Hughes says that Avondale Town Center has always been shaky ground for businesses. Well, that's not because of the, I guess I can say this without getting too many enemies, because now that you have a grocery store in that area, I guess what I'll say now make a lot of sense to people. Look, let me read Tony's comment again so I can refresh my comment. He says that Avondale Town Center has always been shaky ground for businesses. It's because the people don't support the businesses. You understand what I'm saying? There's this thing in business that's called, if you build it, they will come. If you build it, they will come. I don't think that applies in the Black community. It's pretty evident that it doesn't. You had so many activists, you had so many people in the community. Now I'm keeping this shit 100. You've had activists, you've had political leaders, you had all type of people champion self-sufficiency in the Avondale area. Needing grocery stores. It's a food desert, all that old shit. Remember? All of it. It's a food desert. We got to do this. We got to do this. And it's the white man that's keeping the vegetables out of the hood and blah, 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 blang, 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 blang. All of that. You get a grocery store and you don't support it. Then we start saying things like, well, they don't have enough in there for us to support. Let me tell you why Kroger's is not in there. Kroger is not in there because they don't like the shrinkage. Too much theft, too much liability, high ass rates. And whenever you live in a neighborhood where the businesses have to pay higher insurances and they have to pay higher wages to their employees at a certain time of the day, it's called, what do they call that? Man, it's on the tip of my tongue. It's on the tip of my tongue. Hazard pay. We're quick to kind of fall on these businesses and make it all about why the business is not there. And But we never do the right type of investigation, nor do we have our leaders go in and find out why these businesses don't come. Do you really believe that people don't want your money? No, I don't know a necessity. I don't know anybody of any color, man, woman, whatever. I don't know anybody that don't want your money. They all want your money. But in business, there's a risk factor. Is your money worth it? That's the biggest question. That's the question that you're going to get. Let me tell you something. A partner of mine, a friend of mine, asked me 5 years ago. Well, it was before COVID. So it's been what, 6 years ago? Asked me 6 years ago if I was interested in doing a grocery store or some type of, like a Schwartz in the Avondale area, more on the scale of which I'll have up there now, which is that little grocery store. Ask me if I would be interested in, investing in a grocery store in that area. It was a gold mine, and it was this, and it was that, and it was this, and it was that. We can get subsidies from the state. We can get subsidies from the city, all of that. No, it's not worth it for me. No, I don't see the investment in it like you do. I don't see the turn. I don't see it. And to be honest with you, you can look at the store that's there now. And I mean, I don't know their numbers to be able to say this factually, but I say it in a way that I know that I can watch the struggle. I can see that it was the right choice for me not to involve myself in something like that, because, people will manipulate you and make you feel like some shit that they would do if they was you was right. But always remember, they're not you. They're not you. I don't get in any business that has an expiration date. Do y'all feel me on that? All my entrepreneurs, stand up. Remember this. I don't get in business that has an expiration date. What do I mean by that? Things that sit on shelves that you have to sell before the expiration date ends, because you become desperate. I don't get in businesses where things are trendy. In other words, this particular shirt, well, no, let's say this towel is the hottest thing this summer. So I better buy as many of these towels as I possibly can, because I want to keep inventory. And when somebody walk in the door, I want to make sure I have these towels. But what I don't want to happen is that towel fall out of style by June, because in June, I might have bought 2,000 of these towels. By June, them towels ain't worth a quarter anymore because they're not in style anymore. Now I got a ton of inventory and I can't even give it away. Each towel cost me $5. Now I'm trying to sell them for $2.50, losing $2.50 every towel. I don't buy trendy. I don't invest in trendy things. Most things that I invest in are necessities, things that people need, things that people want. When I say want, I mean like cell phones, cell phone companies, necessities, things that people need. I never get into expiration dates. That's one of the things that I've learned to get away from, because those things cost a lot of money to maintain, number one. Number two, location is the key. Hold on one second. Because Sierra is always into these conversations, so I owe her acknowledgement when she says something. She says grocery stores have a ton of overhead. Yes, they do. That's why they're expensive to get in. As a customer, as a vendor, grocery stores are very expensive to get in. Shelf space is expensive. Sierra also said the quarter zip was a good example, actually, because quarter zips were all, screen moved. She said, because quarter zips were all the rage in December, but not so much anymore, and definitely not needed towards the winter. Yeah, the only problem is mine happened to be a polo. And let me explain before the I think I'm flexing people get in the room. Polo is probably one of the best investments you can make in a clothing brand. Okay. As a grown-ass man. Number one, they've had these out since I was in the 3rd grade, and the style has never changed. Okay. Number two, they're expensive for a reason because the quality is untouchable. Ralph Lauren has never put a trash-ass product out when it comes down to the quality of the product. You can go to Walmart and buy a quarter zip like this, and it'll be 1/3 of the price. This one may be $125. The one at Walmart might be $12.99. I'll probably buy 10 of them at Walmart before this one fades, tears up. You see what I'm saying? I'll probably buy 10 of the ones that are $12.99, $13. You know what I'm saying? So, the quality. And think about it. If I could fit my clothes from high school, I'd have a ton more of polos. I used to wear polos to school. Same style. That polo shirt has not changed, whether it was Oxford shirts or if it was like the regular polo style short sleeve shirts. All those shirts still look the same. They have not changed their style or any of that, which is a great investment. Plique polos and the regular smooth surface. Vernon says, Sierra Brooks, I have Sierra Brooks, I have lots of them. Long sleeve quarter zips. They are so many different types. I love them. They have to be well made. I don't mind paying $30 or $40 for one. No, I mean, absolutely. Since you're still here, Sierra, Ross says, since the 4th grade. Yeah, I mean, if I could fit my high school clothes, man, I'd have so many button-down polos. That wouldn't be, I own quite a few of them back then. Vicky Hamilton says chaps at Walmart are similar to polo. That's a brand though, isn't it? Chaps? Chaps is, you're right, Vicky. I didn't know they sold chaps at Walmart. I didn't know that. Chaps is a legitimate brand though. Yeah, I didn't know they had Chaps. Chaps I thought was made by and now it makes sense because I think Chaps is made by Wrangler. Yeah. Wrangler is a product in Walmart, so it makes sense. Don't ask me why I know a lot about textiles. Y'all know I'm in the textile business. I've been in textiles for 20 years, 22 years of my life. And it's something that I've always studied, and I understand who these major players are in that space, and understand shelf space and things of that nature. I don't recommend my people go get clothing lines, and they hate when I say that because I got people that I love, people that I know that are friends of mine that start clothing companies, and they think I'm hating on them when I tell them the truth. When I tell them it's a tough business, and it's not tough for the reasons why you think it may be tough. He said Chaps is no, I believe if I'm not mistaken, Wrangler is the producer of Chaps. Jack said Chaps is Ralph Lauren, isn't it? I think they had a Chaps polo style shirt, but I think it's manufactured by Wrangler. I'd have to look into that. I'm pretty sure they are. Pretty sure they are manufactured by the Wrangler group. But that all being said, where is that Sierra said? Let me play this one for you. Sierra, I don't know if you're still here, but I'll play this one for you. I'll dedicate this one for you. Keys to getting wealthy. I'll do this one. I only have a few minutes left. Let's see, 792. Let me see if I can she's probably already seen this. But I love when my man John O'Brien speaks. Okay, I love it. Sometimes I use other folks as well, like my guy. Let me see, where is it? Yeah, let me let you watch this one. Check this one out.
want you to think about something. We have thousands and thousands of our kids graduating from college every year. Many of them are business majors. And out of all these business majors, almost none of them knows how to start a business, run a business, finance a business, buy real estate, or even buy shares of stock. What are you doing? Did anybody tell you, and if nobody told you, let me be the first, that those things I just mentioned, that's the key to wealth. Instead of learning the keys to wealth, our kids are learning the keys to work. And you know why they don't teach you the keys to wealth when you're in school? It's because wealthy people don't need to go get a job. They're training you how to be the worker bees for their capitalist machine. You got integrated into their operation because they need you to be their little slave. That's all I got to say. Make a decision now. My name is Dr. Boyce Watkins. I'm a finance professor. I teach thousands of students finances for free every single day. Feel free to put the word money in the comments if you're on Instagram, or text the word money to 87948. I'll let you into class. Good.
Yeah, that's Dr. Watkins, Boyce Watkins, and he's one of the other guys that I pay a lot of attention to. I've been watching him for maybe a year, couple years now. He's been out for a long time, but I generally catch people when I can. People send me clips and stuff like that. A lot of the stuff that he's talking about, you know, it's new to a lot of people. People ask me all the time about entrepreneurship, and I always tell them the first thing you have to do is you have to put it in the school system. When you are doing things in the school system, it is actually preparing kids for the future, right? So if you're setting kids up to just be workers, which is nothing wrong with it, but give them a chance to be more than just workers. Does that make sense? Is it fair? Let me roll back just a little bit so you'll understand why I feel the way I feel about certain. You'll have a better perspective of my feelings or why I feel this way. When I lived in New Orleans, when I landed in New Orleans, I was a fish out of water, or when I pulled in, because we didn't fly, we drove. But when I pulled into New Orleans, I was a fish out of water. Okay. And what I mean by that is I was an odd bod. I was light skinned. I was around a whole different culture, meaning that, you know, you were called names, you know, if you were light skinned, you were like, you know what I'm saying? They would call you Creole and all this old one type of shit, you know, and red bone and all this. It was like an insult. Okay. You weren't black. You know, so it was a different environment all the way. Okay. And there were people like there were Haitians there that had that did voodoo. It was weird. It was a whole nother world. But what I learned most in New Orleans is, because, you know, I had to go to the hood. I had to take it to the hood. I had to, you know, no matter where you dropped me off as a kid, I had to find the hood. What I learned in New Orleans is that every kid had a nickname. Now that's common for me, because when we grew up downtown, everybody had a nickname. We all had nicknames. Okay. And so that was in my element. You know, everybody had a nickname. I didn't quite like mine from New Orleans. You know, I didn't like red bones and all that old type. So I didn't like that. But what I noticed when I got to school is every kid had a nickname. Now, check this out. I'm going to ask this just to keep everybody interested. What do you think they based people's nicknames on in New Orleans? If you showed up to school one day and they were giving you a nickname, what do you think they looked at? Did they look at your skin color? I'm talking about if you're there, if you're from there. What do you think they based your nickname off of if you grew up in New Orleans amongst your friends, what was your nickname? How did they give you your street name? I'm just curious. How do you think they got their nicknames? Twin said your character.
Wait.
DH says what neighborhood they live in. Nope. Nope. Let me get one more. Mama Birch said complexion. Nope. Sierra said skin tone. Nope. I mean, those are nicknames that you get just on some, like, as a visitor, or if you don't, not from there. Y'all right. Your attitude, complexion, you know, all that, you're right. But I said, if you grow up there, what do you think? How do you think they get their nickname? We grew up in law homes. My nickname was Mellow Yellow, based on my skin tone. It had nothing to do with my personality, and I was called White Boy. It's totally different. How do you think? Let me read a couple more. I got a few people that came in here. Sierra said skin tone, neighborhood. Twin said probably kinfolk. No. Vernon, I promise you, the only person that could probably get this question answered would be Means from Black Owned, because he hustled in New Orleans. He lived there. He got his hustle from New Orleans. And he probably the only one that can answer this, because y'all ain't gonna get it. I promise you. And I don't mean that disrespectfully. Jerica says physical appearance. Nope. Linda says appearance. Nope. Donna says looks. Nope. Jenny said, what's the damn question again? Jenny said, what's the question? How do you think those that are raised in the city of New Orleans as children, how do they get their nicknames? Like, we grew up in law homes and Fay apartments. We got our nicknames by everything that y'all talking about, you Midwesterners, you people from the Midwest. That's how we got our nicknames. Maybe the clothes we wore, maybe what color, what color we were, we had a limp, we had a big head, we talked too much. It was based on something about us, right? It was a person, it was about us, the person, more so than anything. Let me get a couple more of these, and then I'm gonna tell you what it is, I promise. Ed said your appearance. Mama Birch said speech sound. Black Not Democrat, what's good? What's good, drop? Okay, that's my gate. He says criminal acts. Good try. Nope. Somebody, who was that said shoes? Jack said shoes. Donna said neighborhood. Your grind, Mama Birch. Hold on one second, guys, because someone hit the gate. So I have a package coming in. So my killer is on their ass. Hey, Duke, that's a no-no, bro. It's all good, bro. That's UPS. I looked at the monitor. It's UPS, bro. I can see it on the monitor. Okay, they gone. All right, so Jack said shoes. No. Donna said neighborhood. Mama Birch said grind. Ed said your disposition. Nope. Jerica said your car. Nope. Linda, I want to read all these because I love the engagement. I want to thank everybody for bringing in their choices of this. Linda says speech. Okay, Duke, he's gone, bro. They drove off. Come on. Stop. I'm doing a show. You tripping. Andrea said your family. That's the closest one. That is the closest one. So Andrea, I'm gonna say that you're hot. You're hot, but you're not. You're standing near the fire and you're just hot. You're boiling a little bit. Mama Birch said hair type. Okay, y'all gonna keep on. Jason from YouTube says the way you dress, your hustle from birth, your swag, the way you talk. Sierra says your actions, nickname from childhood moments. DH, your Mama Birch says. No, let me say it because that was the last one. You get your nickname. Now, Sierra says where you're from. No. Linda says, okay, who you hang with? Nope. Sierra says, where you're from. Nope. Let me say it. I'm going to say it right now. I know we're on a delay, but I'm going to say it. So if I didn't read yours, I apologize. You get your nickname in New Orleans based on what your daddy do for a living. That's why who was that who said your family? You get it? And I know I made this big old thing, but yeah, like only in the Midwest do we judge people, but you know what I'm saying, what they got on, blah, blah, blah. Oh, he's slick, he this, and this. No, in New Orleans, you got your nickname based on what your daddy did for a living. So let me give you an example. There was a kid that I was cool with. I don't even remember his real name because everybody called him his nickname. He was a drummer. I went to school called Carr Junior High, which is now junior high school, junior and senior high. He was a drummer. I mean, a really good drummer, like, you know, in the drum line, bang, 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 bang. You would have thought his name would have been Drum Beat or something like that. No, his nickname was Toolbox. Feel me? His name was Toolbox. You know why? Because his daddy was some type of he was a carpenter or something. Like he had a toolbox everywhere that he went because he was either a carpenter or a handyman. He did that type of work. They had some type of construction business or something of that nature. So they would call his son, and my buddy was named Toolbox. And that's what they do in New Orleans. Now, I kind of lost my track of why I was even bringing this up, but I do remember why I was bringing this up. The reason why they do that, I don't know. But what it does is it makes these kids end up doing exactly what their daddies do, what their fathers do. In other words, Toolbox wanted to be a drummer. I used to talk to him at the lunch table, and he would be hitting the lunch table with his drumsticks, and he was a great little drummer, right? And I used to be like, bro, you gonna be in a band? You gonna play in the instrument? He'd be like, no, man, I'm Toolbox. I'm gonna do what my daddy do. And he the one that broke it down to me. I asked him one day, I said, why do they call you Toolbox? He said, because my father, carry a toolbox. He a carpenter or something like that. He said, I don't remember exactly verbatim what he said. But what it does is it lines these kids up to do what their parents do. In other words, in the summer times, he would spend all summer with his father working, and he had a toolbox with his dad. And I don't know if that's good or bad, because when you're put in a position, when you're put in a pressure spot, he may not have wanted to be a carpenter. He may not have wanted to carry a toolbox his whole life, but it gave him that, that nickname and that pressure from his family that he's going to follow in his father's footsteps. That's right there is a little bit of pressure, but it's also not fair. It's also not fair. I see the Cincinnati public school systems. I see public school systems across this country, not just Cincinnati. I see public school systems with this problem. And it's just like what Dr. Watkins was talking about. The schools are, especially when schools are failing, if they're not opening up trade school in high schools or not having certain things that these kids can get into, they're failing. And a lot of people don't understand why I don't support the money that goes to the schools, or I don't support public school systems, because I don't think that they're teaching the right things to our kids. Now, I'm not suggesting that, like a kid can't go to school and learn and be what he wants to be. I'm not saying that at all. But what I'm saying to you is, in order to really make it in this world, a kid only stands a chance when they understand their options. When you limit a child's options, they're more receptive to lies. They're more receptive to being in a position where they feel limited. We only have this choice, or the reason why we can't do this is because of this and this and this and this and that. Twin says, I think Wyatt made this up. Coming from somebody that make more shit up than anybody in the world. Listen, mine can be verified. If you know anything about New Orleans, Louisiana, like I told you, if anybody knows Means from Black Owned, I've never had this conversation with Means, but I can bet $1 to a donut that he knows exactly what I'm talking about. If you've ever lived in New Orleans, you as a young man, you get the nickname of whatever your father do. If your father out in them streets and hustle, you gonna get a hustle type name. If they might be calling you Snake Eyes, Dice, 12 box cars. They call you based on what your daddy do. See what I'm saying? What was that? Hold on one second. Jenny says, I get it, Wyatt. That's where a lot of our English surnames came from. Father's occupations. For example, carpenter, miller, smith, blacksmith, porter smith, mason, Tyler, shipper, farmer. Yeah. I don't know if it's that deep. I don't know if that's what they look at. I don't know if that's what's really, I'm talking about from the street aspect. Not necessarily the streets, because this kid that was called Toolbox, he wasn't a street kid. And this is not street terminology. This was just based on whatever your father did, that's your nickname. If he was a bus driver, they come up with something, they call you something that was relevant to a bus driver. I don't know how they did it, but that's what they used to do. Now that I'm not from there, so I didn't get that type of nickname. I got a nickname that was derogatory. You know what I'm saying? I got a nickname that was based in the settled evil of how it is there. You feel me? That's just how it is, bro. Like, I'm not mad at it, but that's how it is. Jack said that's a good question for Jeopardy. Well, I'd kill Jeopardy if they put shit like that on there. I'd be the one. Yeah. I got a lot of stuff like that I could be adding to the Jeopardy roster. Let me go to the phone lines real fast. I got to get out of here. I got a few minutes, but I want to take this call before I get up out of here. Good afternoon, caller. This is Wyatt. Who am I speaking with?
What up, Wyatt? This your favorite Black Not Democrat, Drop Squad 52. How you doing, sir?
Drop Squad. What's good with you, brother? Long time.
Hey, I'm doing good, man. I just wanted to holler at you. I listened to the show in the beginning, then I had to go get a haircut.
Okay.
Because I'm flying out tomorrow, brother, and you know where I'm going.
Are you going to the Philippines? Where you going, bro?
I'm going to the land of smiles.
Okay, so not Philippines.
Thailand.
Yeah,
yes.
yeah. So, okay,
yes.
You leave tomorrow.
Trip number 5.
Ooh-wee, somebody hooked. You've been there 5 times in the last year?
Yes.
My God. What's her name, bro?
No. 5 times since 2024.
Oh, okay. 5 times in a couple of years. Okay.
Yeah, because I've been going twice a year.
Okay.
And again, what you were just talking about when you played Dr. Boyce Watkins, all I got to say, why, be patient, bro, because the trend lines are changing, okay? And the younger generation, they understand how college wouldn't necessarily put them a step ahead of somebody who, say, went to a trade school, learned a trade, and then boom, jumped right out of the school making money. Mm-hmm. But today, Wyatt, these young people, they got TikTok, they got YouTube, mm-hmm. they got podcasters, they got legitimate financial people on the internet giving young people all this information. That's just right. Like yourself.
That's right.
So it's going to take a while, Wyatt. You might be able to see it, and by the time your daughters become productive adults contributing to a society, but it's changing, Wyatt. Believe me, it's changing.
I understand. I get it.
And you're right. Your message is necessary at this point. Dr. Boyce Watkins is necessary, but it's catching on, Wyatt. I'm telling you, it is catching on. Young people are starting to understand that these old traditions,
that's right,
that their grandparents had to live through no longer applies these days, because again, the society is changing, and it's because of
technology, Wyatt.
That's right.
It is amazing what's happening in 2026. So you can imagine what's going to be happening in 2046. God willing, you'll be old enough to see it.
I kind of see it now, bro. I see it now. I mean, for decades, we only had your local news in 60 minutes to watch to get our information. Right. And then you had to believe your local your local leaders, and you had to believe what they were saying and the narratives that they folded over, even when they got paid and you didn't know they were getting paid to carry the narratives that they were getting, and now it's so obvious that, it's the split is not in the center of opinion at this point, but it's getting there. And the reason why it's getting there is because that breed, I've said it on this show, and I'm the only one that's not afraid to say it. It's time for them old heads to get out of the way, because they're not, I'm being honest, they're not serving their young folks the right way. See, a lot of our young folks are misled, and they know they've been misled. They don't even want to know what their parents know anymore. Do you understand? They don't even carry those narratives. They don't care nothing about what that Al Sharpton talking about. They don't know. They don't give a shit about because they can peep game. It's the people that attached Al Sharpton to the freedom fighters and the leadership that was going on, the Jesse Jacksons of the world, I may say, who really had true fight in them. You know what I'm saying? They associate the Al Sharptons to that type. But these younger people who understand to get information and to really, absorb it and calculate it a certain way, they're not listening to certain people that's talking about certain things, because they know that shit don't really apply to them. You understand what I'm saying? They know how to really see the difference between a cop that's out here doing what they doing versus a cop that got set off. They know the difference. And that old only hearing one side of the story. Here's what trips me out, bro. And I'm going to say it.
Uh-oh.
You already know. It always puzzled me that we look to people as leaders who sold drugs and was an FBI agent, informant, not an agent, excuse me, and terms activist. I don't understand how we see that person as an informative leader of our people.
Because it was what young people saw that was within their close proximity. Okay, that's what they saw in their neighborhood. They saw that the drug dealers, the pimp, the hustlers, they were the ones who were successful. That's why they came up with the term ghetto fabulous.
Yeah, but I was talking
because in your community, I don't care what you do. In your community, people they see you, okay? So if you see a guy walking home every day from the bus stop with his lunch pail in his hand and his bus driver uniform or his mailman uniform, they're comparing that image with the guy on the corner with the nice car, with the girls and the nice clothes and the accolades that he got from all the people.
No, I get
so
it.
They made a choice. Why? Some people chose the mailman or the bus driver, but a lot of kids who didn't have that guidance and leadership in their home, they chose what they saw that appealed to them.
I get it.
How to get success in your community.
Yeah, but today's youngster, I don't want to say child, I want to say today's youngster, would never look at someone like Al Sharpton based on his credibility of how he was a drug, he was caught on FBI camera working for but my people, my older people seem to think, he has a full-time radio show. He has a television show. He's a representation of my people, but yet he was, do you understand? Like, who credits the person who was caught setting up? Now, I just don't get it. And never has he taught anybody to get money. He's just always teaching why you don't have money or saying why you don't have money. He's never, I just don't get it. And see, I don't like somebody asked me today about Roots. Never was interested in it, never liked it, never respected the movie, never did because it's a fault. It's not real. Here's the other thing.
Time for Wyatt to take out garbage.
Uh-oh. All right, Siri, we're gonna get on that.
Take out that garbage.
Yeah. Well, I got a reminder, on Siri. But I think I'm taking out the garbage right now on the podcast, to be honest.
Is your AI wife?
I don't know about that, but
take out the garbage. I'm sorry, Wyatt.
No, it's all good. Get it in, get it all in. Go ahead. You finished?
Yeah.
All right. Well, anyway. I just never understood, these narratives. We've been taught by people who have incentive to make us think a certain way. And for some people, it's an incentive for you to always believe that somebody has their foot on your neck. And what I mean by they're incentivized is that's how they make their money, by talking to you.
But they don't see the money that Al Sharpton and people like him make. They don't see it.
I know. But that's still, just because you don't see it don't mean that it's not, that you can't figure it out. Like, I don't have a problem with, I do have a problem with the hustle. Okay. I have a problem with people that sell drugs in the community and push bullshit in the community, because it's the same effect to me. Both of them tear the community down. One is a finesse, and the other one is just a drug, infestation. Okay, but it's still the same finesse to me. And I don't. That's
true, but Wyatt, both of those characters, right? The drug dealer and the activist Al Sharpton, they both need the support of the community in order to stay relevant.
I know. Okay? That's why I put them in the same category.
Again,
you're right.
Just like you growing up. Right? Based on your circumstances, you made certain decisions that took you in a different direction than some of your homies.
Right. Absolutely.
Exactly. So you grew up in the same environment as your homies did, but they chose one way and you chose the other.
Hold on one second. Jack said this. He said Sharpton never did time. It was a setup. Yeah, he didn't do time because he cooperated. And number one,
that does see again. He don't know the whole story.
Well, then don't say nothing, because that's
he's going to say what he thinks is true.
Well, here's the thing: that wouldn't even make sense, because if you've seen what he did, just the fact that he was associated with the cell makes him an accessory. He was getting paid $2,500 per kilo. That was his agreement with the FBI undercover agent.
Yes, when we bring paid informant.
Right, when we bring
a confidential informant, he was a CI.
But before he got to that point, he was already cutting deals of how much he was making per kilo that came into the city. He was making $2,500 per kilo. That's what he agreed to. That makes you a drug dealer. You're getting a percentage of what the sale is, okay? Regardless if you on the corner selling it, you get a percentage. That's the tape that got him into the cooperation spot. Now he becomes a paid informant because they had him right there. That was enough to send him to jail. But the fact that now that he had beat, that they used those tapes to now make him an informant, that's what kept him out of jail. Okay, his agreement with the federal government.
But guess what, Wyatt? If he wouldn't have taken the agreement and took maybe 1 or 2 years in jail, it would have messed up his lifelong dream of becoming an activist. So he took the deal knowing that his people that supported him would overlook this minor criminal activity if it ever became public. So obviously in New York, it was public.
Yeah.
But he wasn't the national figure that he eventually became. So he made that decision at that time to save what he thought would be a lifelong career as a political activist in New York City.
I get it. And he needed traction. So he had he had a bunch of stories,
Because if you look at the timeline, after that shit happened with the FBI, you saw what he became.
Right.
And we don't know if he continued to be an informant at some level with the people in high places that he may have needed to get to elevate his career.
Yeah, well,
it goes on all the time, Wyatt.
no,
And again,
I understand.
Today, a politician cannot get away with it because it's just too many eyeballs out there and too many microphones out there that's going to expose you. You know, so again, Wyatt, you keep doing what you're doing, bro. Great show. You keep passing on this knowledge, but it's going to take some time, bro, for Black folks as a group, because remember, we're not a monolith.
Yeah, we are.
So
you keep saying that.
Again, it's going to take some time, but it's happening, Wyatt.
What do you call
bro.
a clip of 90 percentile? When a group, I don't care if it's Mexicans, if it's Polish people, or whatever a group is, whatever they look like, okay? If they vote at a 90% clip, that's a monolith, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we can keep using them words that people then taught us once again. Black folks aren't a monolith, but 90% doing the same thing. Yeah, you're a monolith. So I never fall in line. I never fall in line with the say-sos.
That's only in voting that we are that large of a block. That's only in voting, Wyatt.
I don't agree with that. I don't agree with that.
In 2026, yes, that's it.
Okay.
Because economically, we've advanced. Education, we've advanced. And we're in places now that we weren't even accessible 20 years ago.
Yeah, but what makes you a monolith is when the outcomes are still the same, and you just you're not saying anything, you're not calling the bad apples out, you're not really stepping forward, or you're not holding the people that's saying the wrong shit accountable. When you're not holding people accountable because you're afraid to get canceled, or you're afraid to get shamed, or you're afraid, bro, do you know that here's one of the reasons why I don't listen to the radio? And it's because we got a guy on our show, you probably know him, it's Twin. Twin is a regular person on the radio locally in Cincinnati, right? But he's part of the 10% that don't vote that way. But they talk about Twin all day. They don't talk about the 90% of the shit that they agree on. What they agree on is Twin and Trump ain't no good. See, they'll talk about that shit all day, but they don't have 90% of shit that they can talk about on their own. They can't talk good about anything. They think it's a bar when they talk shit about Twin. They think that's a bar.
It's because of what Twin represents, which is the GOP.
Well, I don't think he does.
Black folks will hold individual Democrat politicians accountable, but they won't hold the party that politician represents accountable.
Well, I just find it
to
be.
I'm telling you, it's slowly changing.
I don't know about that, bro, because I don't think there's enough people that are brave.
Yeah, you
enough.
talk about it all the time with Cincinnati politics. All the time, you say, why do they keep putting the same people in over and over? They're not putting the same people in. They're putting the same party in, represented by different people with a different political message.
Okay,
that's all.
All right,
that's all it is.
You know
so
what? Let me tell you what happens.
Take some time,
but
it's happening.
Let me tell you what happens. Cincinnati has a sleet of Democrats. So what happens is when these people start voting a way that's more leaning towards capitalism or more conservative, they call them fake Democrats. So now what happens is that way of thinking now is those are fake Democrats. These are people that are ran by the machine and all this old stuff.
But why do they call them that?
Well, because
they sound and they campaign like Republicans.
Well, because they're not part of they're not part of that they're not part of that way of thinking. Okay. And it's not fair to people. If you want people to get you the best room is the room that has a little bit of everything in it. Okay. The best room, let me just say this. The art of a deal is not when the best deal in the world is when two people sit down and they both walk out. Neither one of them are totally happy. That means the greatest deal, the best deal just happened. Okay. That means they both stood on their business, but yet they sacrificed and gave up a little bit. And that's probably the best deal. When you walk out of a room and two people are negotiating a deal and only one person is happy, one person got screwed over, and that's not a good deal. Okay. But what happens is some people want it to be 100% their way. and don't even show any interest of seeing it another way. That's why I made that comment drop a couple years ago when I said, okay, Cincinnati, y'all got everything you want. You got a Democrat mayor, you got a Democrat every place seat on your city council. I said, now watch how this shit go. I said, they're going to put business over the people because you have to. You have to. Yeah. And it's the only way you're going to see. A lot of people don't understand. They got all these social programs that they consider free. Drop. Nothing is free. Somebody has to pay for it. You can't live in a city with a bunch of free programs and think that no one's going to pay for it. I mean, think about it. I mean, they don't really think of it. They just see the programs and they see the benefits. That's why I'm not really mad, but they don't understand the structure that comes behind what makes those programs function. How do they stay breathing? I mean, it's just frustrating that they think that it's almost like a kid that you raised and you spoiled them. And once they get out here on their own, they think that they're supposed to have Wi-Fi. They don't know Wi-Fi is $200. They don't know that the cell phone was $300. They don't know because all they had is the privilege of having those things. They know it costs something, but they ain't never had to feed for it. They ain't never had to go out and get it. They just know, okay, yeah, my daddy got it. Whatever, somebody got it. Somebody got it. And it's like, they just don't understand. Like, you can put some of these people in a room and they'll champion affordable housing, and they won't even understand how to build affordable housing and where the money comes from for affordable housing. They'll just think that affordable housing is supposed to appear one day.
Just like when Obama had the cell phones. They was like, oh, Obama giving out phones. Somebody paying them bills.
Who do you think paying that damn phone? Obama don't own a cell phone tower and giving away damn frequencies free. Somebody has to pay for that usage of that cell phone, and people just don't think past go, bro. It burns a hole in my ass when I hear shit like that. They just don't do it. And I say to myself, like, you got this guy right now, and I'm gonna bring this up to you because I really got to go, but I want to run this by you while I got you here. Check it. The mayor of New York is a socialist. He made an announcement yesterday. Did you see that about the city ran grocery store?
Yeah, that it ain't gonna work.
Well, he's saying that it's gonna work. He said we're gonna have cheaper everything. Bread's gonna be cheaper, eggs. This shit sound amazing. It sounds great. Who does he think's gonna pay for that? I mean, who? Now let me take a deeper dive into it, Drop. Okay, let's forget that nobody has to pay for it. Let's just say nobody has to pay for it. God just gonna drop down to a socialist city and put a brand new grocery store in there with fresh vegetables, green grass, everything, apples, everything gonna be free to nothing. It's gonna cost you very limited to nothing, right? Let me ask you something. That's one store, Drop, right? What happens to the other bogados, or whatever they call them in New York? What happens? Bodega. What happens to all the other businesses in the city when you bring some shit in there for free? How do you compete with free?
But again, the reason politicians make those kind of statements, right?
Amazing.
Where they give the impression to the people that this new project is going to be free, because they've already calculated how much tax revenue they're going to get from the rich.
Well, it's not necessarily.
That's how they do it. Why? They figure, okay, if we increase the taxes on the rich, let's say 10%, we're going to get $500 million revenue. Okay, that's good for one store. Start the store.
Right.
That's how but they don't take into account, like you said, what happens to the surrounding businesses that were providing these
doesn't work for that reason.
People. But see, Wyatt, they don't care if it works.
Okay. Well,
all they're doing is establishing in the minds of those voters who voted for Mondani is that the Democrat Party gives you free shit.
Well,
and the Republicans will try to take it away when they try to control the budget and the spending that's going to these free grocery stores. Oh, sorry, we got to cut that.
Well, Drop, let me ask you a question.
That's all they're doing. Why? They've been doing it since the late 60s.
Let me ask you a question.
It's changing.
Let me ask you a question, brother. Now, you know, I'm just going to use this scenario, the example that you gave. Let's just say that they do tax the rich, okay, in New York. Okay, who's more amped to leave the city? Who's more prepared to leave? Who could just pick up and leave and relocate? A rich person
Exactly.
or
Rich people.
right.
Exactly.
So now let me ask you, how does the concept stand on its own if your the people that you expect to finance these projects, these rich projects or these free projects, what happens when that base leaves? They go somewhere else, or they just get over the border. Like if they did it in Cincinnati, those businesses could leave and go right over the bridge to Kentucky somewhere. You see what I'm saying? Or if they did it, you see what I'm saying? How do you support it once the financial support people are now removed because they leave? They come to Florida.
Okay, I'll tell you why. Because when you lose that tax revenue from those rich folks that was being utilized for programs for the poor folks, the government, the New York government, is going to apply for more federal dollars. That's how it works, Wyatt.
Well, here's what happens.
That's how all those politicians in Cincinnati over the last 10 years who got indicted, who got convicted on federal charges of bribery, corruption, it was in line with a federal housing program where that money came in and they needed to get certain things done to start these projects, and that's how the corruption comes in.
Well, let me just say this.
Same in Minneapolis.
I agree.
Same in LA.
I agree with
that. The more money you get from the federal government, the more opportunity for corrupt politicians
because we know the government
to steal that money from the people who need it.
Yeah, and we know that the government is horrible at management when it comes to business, and
of course,
just horrible.
But it's initially it is for a good cause.
Hold on,
these dirty ass politicians,
who
get voted in by the people, again, because the Democrat Party is known for giving away free shit, and the Republicans are known for trying to take it away.
Well, there's no such thing as free. And what we need
I
to
know
understand
why.
is
you keep teaching, bro. That's all you can do.
When they don't have
that's all you can do.
When they don't have the government subsidies, like how Chicago just ran into that situation, then they turn around and they start upping taxes across the city to make up that deficit that they have. And now your city is looking at their mayor like, what the hell are you talking about? You know, and they don't get it because, you know, they didn't really take a deep dive into how this can affect if it doesn't work out, or even if it does work out. If it works out, it's a no-win situation. You're going to,
because he ain't the first one to try it. Wyatt.
Well, I understand.
Do some research.
No,
it's
I understand.
In other cities.
I understand, bro. The problem is if it's successful, it kills your economics of your city because you're putting everybody else out of business.
It can be successful. That's what I told you, Wyatt.
I understand.
It's not intended to be successful because the politicians, they know it won't be successful.
The numbers don't number. They don't.
Exactly.
It just doesn't work.
The numbers don't number. But I guarantee you, Mondani has enough money to at least open up one store. And that's all it takes.
Well, yeah.
What happens to that store? You may not even hear about it unless it comes from guess where? People like you. People like Dr. Boyce Watkins on the internet. And then they'll call out Al Sharpton to try to take away y'all credibility, saying y'all ain't black, y'all this and y'all that.
Well, I heard
that's how it works.
I seen a clip the other day. Did you see that clip where that young man stood up in front of that thing, that conference that Al Sharpton was putting together that he had the other day? And
I didn't see it.
Yeah, he stood up. Somebody has to send it. I'll try to see if I can find it and send it to you. This young man stood up and he was like, how old is everybody in here? I'm not saying verbatim, but he made the comment like, how many people in here under 35? Put your hands in the air. And he said, see what I'm talking about? There's only like 3 or 4 people in here. And now, you know what we talking about. There's only 3 or 4 people in this whole room that's under 35, and we ain't trying to hear y'all old people. Basically, what he was saying is we want our reparations check because y'all sitting here talking about some other stuff. We not on that. We want y'all sitting here trying to up these immigrants and this and this and that. And y'all not talking about how this is really hurting us and blah, blah, blah. They want reparations. But my point was, these younger people are looking at things totally different than these old people who have been putting it out here all this time and have the older people co-signing it and trying to teach it to its children. It's just not going down like that anymore, bro. It's too much research, too many resources and too much stuff that you can look into. You can learn about how socialist programs work and how they don't work and how it invades your city. You can learn this on your own if it's available to you. And you can't tell me everybody got a phone. It's available to you because you can get on YouTube. You can get on these ways. You can do the math yourself. And if you don't believe what you might find out there, just look at what's going on in Chicago. Chicago is evidence of when you don't spend right. And when you allocate that money for things that ain't have nothing to do with the initial budget, you end up in almost $1 billion deficit because you're trying to do stuff that's free. And now what happens is you turn around and now you have to take it out, not on your rich, because downtown Chicago is becoming depleted with big business. They're leaving, they're moving. Because and let me just give you the number one big business that's moving out of Chicago. The Chicago Bears.
They going to a suburb?
No, they going to Indiana, bro.
Oh, they moving state? Oh my God.
That's what I'm saying. They're not even going to be able to, they're not even going to be able to recover state taxes.
Damn.
Not city, state. So now guess what money they miss out? You know, all those salaries that come into that stadium. When Joe Burrow go and play at what is that stadium? The stadium in Chicago is called Soldier Field.
Yeah.
When you as an athlete go play in another city and you earn a check, you pay that city tax.
Yes.
So when Joe Burrow go in there and make $10 million for playing in that game, the city of Chicago don't make that tax dollar revenue. They don't make that revenue anymore.
Yeah.
Off of the whole roster of the Bengals, off of the whole roster of the Chicago Bears. It's all going to Indiana because they don't want to have anything with that socialist ran ass city of Chicago. I'm just being honest. See it now. Who makes up that deficit? Who makes up? Okay, when they leave, when Chicago Bears leave and the businesses are starting to leave, now who makes up that money, bro? Who do they have to turn to get that tax revenue? The working class people, the working class, the middle class,
or the federal government.
They're not going to get that. They're not going to get that.
Yeah, they will.
No, they won't. And if they do get it, that's not going to go for what it's supposed to go to. You already said it. They they got to get their hands on that money, bro. Show me a city where it's working. Name it right now. Tell me a city right now that's working off of a socialism, off of some free. Show me, and I'll show you a criminal. I'll show you a wrecked up ass city. I'll show you a Baltimore.
Well, the city may not be run as socialist, but the mayor and maybe some state reps have that socialism, Democrat socialism philosophy. Okay, so again, they can get some things in, but their hope is, again, Wyatt, to make the constituents think that the socialist Democrats are going to give me some free shit. That's all. It's nothing simpler than that. And you're going to always have people in this country who will take the free shit over earning their own. Period. Point blank. It's called freedom, baby. And like you said, Wyatt, freedom ain't free. So before I go, I want to shout out to everybody in the chat. Twin Joyner, the #1 Black Not Democrat, Mary Lavender Birch, thank you for the travel wishes. And everybody else, my man Vernon Jordan. Because again, y'all, life is short. Most of y'all in that audience are over 40. Health is wealth. Get your money right, get you a passport, and enjoy life in your older age. Because you worked hard, you earned it. Enjoy your life. That's all I got, Wyatt.
Hey, Drop,
Peace out,
I just
brother.
sent that video to you in your DM on Facebook, Meta DM, Facebook. Twin sent it to me and I sent it to you.
On Facebook, I gotta check it because I don't traffic on Facebook that much, but I'll check it.
All right, brother. Well, it's in your DM. All right, bro.
All right, bro.
Talk to you soon.
Peace out.
Peace. That was Drop Squad. I got to get out of here, guys. I should have been out of here a long time ago. Peace and love to everybody, man. I'll see you guys on the next one tomorrow. Wyatt Live right here at 1 o'clock. Peace.
See these niggas be capping and lying, they really not like that. Nigga play like he won't get his life. Still hang with the killers and niggas in our black. Hell yeah, boy, we like that. Ayy, New Year, so we stacking for scat packs. Just hit a lick and pulled out from the Hellcat. Only smoke pressure, the best you can smell that. Turn to 2, 8, 2 and 3 with a scale at 8. Need bows, they gon' wrap it and mail that. Just put a 4 in the poppin' and feel back. Giving them trouble, they like where they help at. These niggas pussy, they twat, they big cat, big racks all on his head, now he kidnap. Ayy, no cap, this shit here, big facts, kicking in doors at the kickback, get back like run them pockets, let me get that. Ayy, 30 shots with 100, come with me. Wasn't proving no points, so we hit him with 60. Crib Street still screaming R.I.P. Nipsey. I come from the Grove, but the North niggas with me. Ayy, 600, that shit kinda in me. I jumped off the porch to the block in the trenches. I'm rocking designer, this Glock in my britches. The bitch from the back, me go buy some inches. 6 days and 6 nights, we was out on the mission. On the 7th, we seen him and caught him and flipped. Only right that we hit everybody that's with him. I've been causing hell ever since I was little. I can make a bitch shit like I'm Dr. Doolittle. Don't reach for this chain, turn your ass to a noodle. Yeah, I missed the trouble, I thought that you knew. Bitch.
I didn't make it true, playing by the rules. I come apart, but never cool. I didn't make it true, playing by the rules. I come apart, but never cool. I didn't make it true, playing by the rules. I come apart, baby.
See these niggas be capping and lying, they really not like that. Nigga play like he won't get his life. Still hang with the killers and niggas in our black. Hell yeah, but we like that. Ayy, New Year, so we stacking for scat packs. Just hit a lick and pulled out from the Hellcat. Only smoke pressure, the best you can smell that. Turn to 2, 8, 2 and 3 with a scale at 8. Need bows, they gon' wrap it and mail that. Just put a 4 in the poppin' and feel back. Giving them trouble, they like where they help at. These niggas pussy, they twat, they big cat, big racks all on his head, now he kidnap. Ayy, no cap, this shit here, big facts, kicking in doors at the kickback, get back like run them pockets, let me get that. Ayy, 30 shots with 100, come with me. Wasn't proving no points, so we hit him with 60. Crib Street still screaming R.I.P. Nipsey. I come from the Grove, but the North niggas with me. Ayy, 600, that shit kinda in me. I jumped off the porch to the block in the trenches. I'm rocking designer, this Glock in my britches. The bitch from the back, me go buy some inches. 6 days and 6 nights, we was out on the mission. On the 7th, we seen him and caught him and flipped. Only right that we hit everybody that's with him. I've been causing hell ever since I was little. I can make a bitch shit like I'm Dr. Doolittle. Don't reach for this chain, turn your ass to a noodle. Yeah, I missed the trouble, I thought that you knew.